They then send to you. Good afternoon to you. Good evening to you from wherever you are joining us tonight. It is Maiyegun live. That is true. Read the caption and read beyond the caption of the broadcasts. Read the description as well. There's a little detail there too. Like the broadcast to show that, okay, I don't want to be reminded later. Then share the broadcasts with your own extra message. Maiyegun today, then send it to everybody on your social media platform. Tonight, in case if you find me repeating myself, I really want to talk to everyone that has the opportunity of watching my broadcast, this particular one. Maybe I can change one single mind. So share this. All the threat has failed. All the bribery gone. Now it is wait and see. Every violence that will take place tomorrow is paid for by Thiefnubu and his men. But there are things you need to know. Some things you probably don't know now. Share this broadcast if you haven't already. Thank you, Motide. So good morning to you once again. Good afternoon to you. And good evening to you from wherever you are joining us tonight. It is Maiyegun, and this is live, in case if you are watching it right on the hour. Tomorrow, Nigeria and Nigerians in Nigeria and all over the world, they will wake up to what has now been tagged dramatic hunger protests. It is dramatic in the sense that government policies in the last 9 years, then in the last 1 year, has impacted so negatively on the lives and living of the people. Even the rich are crying too. Economic policy does not spare anybody, whether you are rich or poor, whether you are Christian or Muslim, whether you are from the north or from the south. Economic policy coupled with institutionalized corruption, these have contributed so massively to the destruction of the economic purchasing power of the people. Policy. So people now said, even though there has been a pocket of protests across the country in the last 1 year, we've had hunger protests. Being power. We've had hunger protests from the workers. We've had all these hardship protests across board, from the north to the south. We've seen young people from northern Nigeria ransacking trucks, conveying food to the southern part of Nigeria because they are hungry. But the people in government, they continue to tell the people that whatever they are going through now is just a baby step of pain, that they are only making sacrifices that will later pay off. Of course, there are people who believe them. But you see, in this day and time, there is a level of deceit, propaganda that can sway you when you are hungry, for real, right? So rather than listen to the people, reverse some of these fraudulent policies to rob the people and impoverish them. People now know better that while they were told that things were very bad, they didn't tell, nobody has told them how bad. Boko Haram destroyed Nigeria for 8 straight years. Some of those people who are telling you today to give Thiefnubu more than 1 year, most of them are those people who told you to give Boko Haram extra time. Give him time. Year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4. Give him time. Rigged himself back in. Year 5, year 6, year 7. And then by the time they are saying give him time, give him time. By the time he got to 8th year, they started telling people that Boko Haram is the best thing that ever happened to Nigeria after sliced bread. Therefore, Nigerians are more confused when Thiefnubu now said he inherited a totally collapsed Nigeria. That's what he said. Now, Nigerians don't know how bad. While they are still wondering and saying that, okay, maybe because not them. That is why they don't want to tell us how bad. Maybe they are fixing it. Nigerians are watching these guys taking loans after loans. I mean, they took loans on behalf of Nigeria. In case if you don't know, they took loan in order to offset or cushion the effect of the subsidy removal. Or shishi, una no see, they shared the money. Right. So what we're going to do now, because I really, really want to talk to you, okay? Especially if you are one of those watching me from Nigeria. Maybe, just maybe, I can, through you, get others on board on why this may be your only chance. Even if you are PDP, APC, Yoruba, Hausa, Igbo, whoever you are, there's something you need to know. The choice to want to remain enslaved, the choice to want to be free from the shackles of slavery, mostly mental slavery, the choice to decide not to be a voluntary slave anymore, or the choice to remain a slave mentally, physically, financially, economically. Like I said, the choice will always be yours. Okay? If you think anyone needs to convince you, or possibly cajole you or what have you, to take this moment, I don't think you are thinking right. So let me roll it back. Protests can change a lot of things. And protest is what those in power, that's what they fear most. And I'll tell you why. Usually, when protests are organized, it is mostly organized by politicians, okay? Pursuing a certain agenda, using the failure of governments in power. And if they manage to eat the same nerve with the people who are even not members of their political party, then they can get a full-blown nationwide protest against usually politicians. So what they do is that they call all of their contacts, they mobilize them with money to organize and stuff like that. The media will be taken care of. But people in power, they hate it when they do not have control over those organizing protests anywhere. Because around that time, they believe if they do not have control over the people organizing a protest against them, that simply means they won't have control over what will happen. So a section of the country or a sizable portion of the country, they are listening to some certain people, not the government. And we do not know these people. We do not know what they have as plan. We do not have this under control. Definitely, this is a chaos. And that is why the people around Thiefnubu, who have been so used to conventional means of doing things. Conventional means like what everybody knows how things are done. If you want to get things done, for example, if you join politics and you want to get things done faster, you need structure. And this structure is called an existing political structure where you can just speak from that structure and build your own. Or you can build on the ones you have there, as long as you have the resources to do that. So if you want to organize a nationwide protest, like you have the NLC, they have chapters of NLC all over Nigeria. Every local government has NLC. They have teachers, they have government workers. Here you get. So that automatically gives whoever controls NLC, if he uses it well, that gives him automatic 14 to 20 million workers to use in pushing any agenda in their interests. But because they are registered and recognized by government, so they are still regulated. They have things guiding their operation. So governments still know what is going on there. And in fact, when they have to choose their leaders, governments will be interested. They do not want anybody that's going to make their life hell. You know what I mean? Available conventional structure. If you see the student union, everywhere you have schools all over Nigeria, they want them, especially higher institutions. They have a body called National Association of Nigerian Students. That is a conventional established structure. It doesn't matter who and who are occupying that structure at that particular time, but the government knows about them. Therefore, they are interested in what they are doing. So they would rather want people who can manage that available structure. And over 80 million, over 50 million students of Nigeria, right? Somebody needs to control all of that massive number by pushing an agenda that is not anti-government. Because the moment it is anti-government, the government will consider it a threat to them because they have no control. You get that now? Same thing with church. Same thing with mosque. Whichever denomination you belong to in your own Christendom, or whichever denomination you belong to in your own Islamic caliphate or whatever, right? There is a body, or there are bodies that then controls other bodies. You get what I mean? But at the end of the day, you see all this control over them, the government gets to know who and who are controlling them. So that if you have control of churches, and you have more than 100 million Christians, you want to be in charge. I mean, you want to know those who are going to be managing that number in a country. Government is interested. Conventional means. When you look at the traders, market men and women, they have available structure. Everywhere you have markets, they have association. These associations, they are linked to other bigger body. This bigger body, they are friends to government at all levels. So these are conventional means. So whenever things want to go wrong, they expect that this should come from any of these segments of the society. So if the Christians are angry, let's call the Christian association leaders. If the Muslims are angry, let's call all the Islamic religious leaders. If the workers are angry, oh, let us talk to their leaders. If the students are angry, oh, call the student leaders. Do you get that now? So that's the way. But anywhere people are saying we are hungry and we are united by hunger, by insecurity, by your corruption, and we want an end to all of this, they do not have anybody to call and say, okay, oh, which of you, Gongon, is angry now? They say all of us. What do you mean all of you? Everybody. Christian Association, Traders Association, Transporter Association. Everybody says they are angry. But we spoke to the leaders of all these associations. They all said they are not participating in any protest against government because they do not know you. Do you get that drift now, yeah? These guys are now acting. They are putting advices together for Thiefnubu based on the available, established, conventional means of engaging government. You mean you are supposed to engage government, not to sit with them and want to share food with them, right? But it ended up that the entire organizations that were supposed to be speaking for these categories of people, they've all been compromised. Everyone is fighting for his own place in the entire establishment. And that works for government. It works for anybody in government. What do you want? Our people are crying. They are hungry. Okay, we'll give them 70,000. Yes, sir. You know if you make them 75. How about 75? No, 70,000. Okay. Oh, what about us? No, they will take care of you. I've told them to take care of all of you. I'm just talking about your workers, your people. You said 70, Abi. Then we can talk about it 3 years later, Abi. It's okay. It's okay. You have done well. That's over 100%. So, since all these advices being given to Thiefnubu are based on, let us bribe this, mobilize that, give this one money, give that one money, let them go out and tell people. Our people are not participating. Students are not participating. Traders are not participating because we do not want violence. You know? So to them, they've sorted everything. Who are those who now want to protest? Who? So that is what is now called the don't look mode. All that money, all that threats, all of those, yeah? Now it's just to now wait and see who Gongon are those. But before we get to those protesting or not, okay, you need to understand why these guys, the only language they understand is a protest. And if you want to be honest and sincere, let's be honest, even you, Abobaku, that says no to protest. You are protesting to say no to protest. Okay, fine. Even you yourself, in the last 2 weeks, have you seen APC care about people like the way they are pretending to be doing right now? Have you seen them before last 1 week? Have you seen them being this nice? The Ministry of Youth suddenly is now very active. 110 billion loan. They want to give it to every Nigerian who want to do business. Just don't go and protest. Okay, we'll give you loan. And right now, they are already posting some people are saying are fake, because everything about APC, Egbekegbe is fake. 95 billion they said they gave to large people. Now we have just been told that now audio. They said the total money given to them eventually was just about 15 billion from 95 billion. 80 billion has been released that it has been paid to the people who went to Hajj. People who went to Hajj, they don't go back to Nigeria. No wonder when they got to Hajj, they were giving them gari and kuli kuli for breakfast in Mecca after paying nearly 8 million. And then you hear that your government, Thiefnubu, gave them 90 billion. Now you can't go to Mecca. They serve you gari and kuli kuli. Now we have now been told that yes, the money was released, but the Hajj Commission, they actually didn't even get the money at all. But they took money from the money paid by their people and all of that. Eventually, they said the total money they got from these guys was 15 billion. And this was even like after everybody don't return from Mecca. It was all due, but that's just on the side. So would you not agree with me that even before any protest, these guys are everywhere. Now, Niger Delta youth, 10,000 Niger Delta youth from Akpabiole, they will now get 500 million naira every month for 6 months. Just to say no protest in Niger Delta. All because of August 1st. Now you are hearing that they have released another audio rice that they are selling for half price per bag. Banjo, 40,000 naira bag. Bag of rice, 40,000 naira rice. 40,000 naira rice. But they didn't do all of that a month ago. They didn't. So, if anybody tells you protest doesn't work, these are the things you should begin to kind of sit down and be like, wait to. If they do like that, they can't reduce the price of petroleum from 1,200 naira to 200 naira. Even you will say no to protest, are you not going to be happy? So let us kind of roll it back again to policies of 1 year ago. 1 year is not enough to change Nigeria. I agree. Okay. But I also disagree in the sense that we need to be very clear. What kind of change are we talking about? Is it that 1 year is not enough to make Nigeria stop the bleeding? Abi 1 year is not enough to destroy Nigeria, because they said it under Boko Haram. They said 1 year was not enough. 2 years was not enough. 4 years wasn't enough. And every year, Boko Haram was like plunging Nigeria into perpetuity of poverty, insecurity. And they were saying 4 years was not enough to repair 16 years of PDP. Later, they said 5 years was not enough, 6 years. But at the end of the day, by the time Boko Haram was done, Ashe, 8 years was not enough to destroy Nigeria, or whatever Nigeria has gained in the first 16 years of the corrupt PDP. Under the corrupt PDP, Nigeria built 12 independent power projects. Under the corrupt PDP, Nigeria naira to dollar was 145 naira officially to dollar. Under the corrupt PDP, 16 years PDP, Nigeria economy grew from a patchy 170 or so billion to over nearly 600 billion. A lot of you had jobs. Then you had businesses. A liter of petroleum was 87 naira. Then, after 8 years of Boko Haram, I don't think I need to repeat what life is now, right? But you know the saddest thing? Within a year of Thiefnubu, everybody itself don't know where their body day as we speak. Whether they give you rice to chop for 3 days. After that 3 days, what are you going to eat after that? If they give you 10,000 naira right now, and then you're like, after 2 days, what are you going to feed on? So those are the things you should think of, right? So, did Thiefnubu destroy Nigeria worse than what Boko Haram did in 8 years? The answer is a big, massive yes. It is policy. So let's put it side by side, okay? When Boko Haram was going and his own destruction, it came to light that Boko Haram printed 27.5 trillion naira, which with nothing to back it, nothing. It wasn't for anything. It was just printed, and then it was shared. So if you convert that 27.5 trillion to dollars, based on the exchange rates that Boko Haram had when he was living, 710 naira to a dollar, that simply will give you about $50 billion. That's how much Boko Haram printed in 8 years. That skyrocketed the inflation,
But somehow, it didn't flood the Nigerian naira like Thiefnubu finally came to do, right? But he did tamper with that. Like, let's float the naira, let the market forces determine how much we exchange the naira to dollar. They tried that for like a few days. When it beats them so hard, they continue to defend the naira. Now, when Bokwari was leaving, the Nigerian naira was 710 naira. Okay? And Nigeria was paying 420 billion naira for subsidy. And you were buying a liter of petroleum around that time for 167 naira per liter. And then you were buying a liter of diesel for somewhere around how much? 800 naira per liter. Remember? Good. Thiefnubu came in. Then he lied. He said that in the handover note that Bokwari gave him, that there was no provision for subsidy, but there was provision for subsidy. According to the people around Thiefnubu, they said if Nigeria was paying over 400 billion for subsidy, and Nigeria has no money, so if they remove it, that means they will be saving at least 400 billion every month. So in a year, that's going to be like 4.8 trillion. So 4.8 trillion is a lot of money that can be used for something else. So when Thiefnubu saw that, they crossed it. And the next announcement they made was subsidy was gone. There was no provision for anything after that. It wasn't thinking about your businesses that will suffer from the effect of increased price in petroleum that will affect your transportation. And most of you who actually run your businesses on generators, they didn't consider that. So immediately the announcement was made, diesel jumped to 1,300 naira per liter. Petrol jumped to over 600 naira per liter. And they said it was sacrifices that people needed to make. But they lied to you. Yes, they lied to you. 2 months after that, IMF said, Thiefnubu is still paying subsidy. In fact, they are now paying more. Now, here is the fraud, okay? The economy that is going to affect, that's affected, right, is the economy where APC members lives and also. It is where PDP members lives and also. It is where Christians, Muslims, Northerners, Southerners, this is where they live and also. Okay, everybody will feel that. But there was no provision. But they lied to all of you. So, after a month, Thiefnubu rejigged the beneficiary of the subsidy and then increased it, jacked it up. Even though they've told you that, yeah, you are paying for this much because we are sacrificing. And then he started printing money again. Now, here is something. From 420 billion a month that Bokwari was paying, Thiefnubu jacked it up to over 900 billion. That is more than ×2 of what Bokwari was paying. Even though Nigeria is paying more for subsidy now, secretly, Nigerians are also paying more for fuel because they believe that they are not subsidizing their fuel anymore. Sure you get? Now, we've now figured out that between 2023 and 2024, the number of imported fuel from Malta linked to a company owned by Thiefnubu's alleged nephew, Wale Thiefnubu of Ohando. Now, these are the people who have now, these are the rejigged beneficiary of the subsidy. From zero paid to imported fuel, paid to Malta for imported fuel, Nigeria spent over $2 billion within 1 year. Now, that is not just the GBT, the fraud here, okay? So they now went on to say they were subsidizing the dollars for the oil marketers. So Thiefnubu started printing money. Bokwari printed 27.5 trillion on nothing. Nothing. Just money printed. Some of them used the money to exchange for any available dollar in the central bank. And the money left Nigeria. Nothing. No investment in any really sector of the economy. Power. When PDP left, the power generation capacity of Nigeria was put at over 10,000 there. Over 8,000 megawatts. And they were distributing over 5,000 megawatts. Fast forward to 9 years after that, these fraudsters are now generating less than 5,000 megawatt electricity in Nigeria because most of the electricity infrastructure have been destroyed by Boko Haram, Fulani terrorists up north. Nigeria now generates, the whole country now generates less than 5,000 megawatt electricity, distributing less than 2,000 megawatt electricity. In 9 years, in 16 years of PDP, Nigeria national grid never collapsed for once. Corrupt PDP. In 9 years of the progressive APC, Egbekegbe, Nigeria national grid has collapsed for over 261 times. 28 times already under Thiefnubu in 1 year. There's no real investment there. They are so much in debt. When they are making all this money, they were just sharing the money. There were no real investment in any real sector. It was just about take it, whatever you can take. Now, those who did all of that, some of them have been reappointed into government and they continue the looting. So in 1 year, because Thiefnubu later realized that they needed to give something to you to cushion the effect of subsidy was gone. They went to the World Bank to go and borrow $1.5 billion. Listen, this was like over 2 trillion naira. Nigeria exchange rate, pummeled, as they will say, which means it sank. Nigeria naira jumped from 710 naira under Bokwari. Within 1 month, it jumped straight to over 1,000 naira. Within 6 months, it nearly crossed 2,000 naira to a dollar. They told so many lies. But these were the policies of the IMF because they wanted money to defend, to share to you, the poor people. They went to World Bank to borrow $1.5 billion. Money to share to you, all of you, because of the removal of subsidy. They started different plans. Once they got the money, they had the other plans. They said 800 billion naira will be shared at the rate of 10,000 naira per household. 3.5 million household will collect 10,000 naira from 800 billion naira borrowed from 2 trillion naira. And guess who got the rest? 145 million people would have to 200 million people would have to manage 800 billion. Okay, hang on. 3.5 million people out of 200 million people were to manage 800 billion borrowed from World Bank. The remaining 1.2 trillion naira, guess what they plan to do with it? Remember, they borrowed the money just to share the money to cushion the effect of the subsidy removal. Then they gave the National Assembly 58 billion naira to go and buy themselves any choice of car. 160 million naira each. They did that. Then from the money they borrowed to cushion the effect of subsidy, they gave the National Assembly another 120 billion naira to renovate the National Assembly. And share the rest of the money to the lawmakers so that they can be comfortable when they just come in. They all just came in. They needed houses, they needed this, they needed that. They shared that. They gave the chief of staff to President Bajabi Amole. His own office collected 12 billion naira. Doing what? Advising Thiefnubu. The office of the National Security Advisor, Ribadu, collected 44 billion naira because he has to advise Thiefnubu on the activities of all the security agents. The office of the First Lady collected 21 billion naira. He needed some cars. They needed to renovate her own office too in Lagos and in Abuja. The judiciary collected 42 billion naira. Judiciary needed some upgrade. This was even after they have also announced the increase in their salary. 104% increase in salaries of all political office holders, including the judiciary. Werewike collected 1 point. I know this is another one. Oh. Okay, I'm still talking about the subsidy money shared though, right? Then they went back again to IMF, collected another $1.5 billion again. This time around, though, they were to renovate the house of the vice president, 21 billion. They were to be Werewike submitted a supplementary budget of 1.2 trillion secretly, and they got it approved, and is spending the money. The National Assembly increased their own budget from 200 and billion to over 344 billion. And so far, so good. They have already drawn over 160 billion from the money they expected to collect from the 2024 budget. This is not even like talking about the 6 trillion naira padded into 2024 budget. It was just like a looting galore. Eh? And you are watching them as they are taking all this money. They are giving them the conditions to go back and tax you, to go back and take whatever they can do. They need to show that they can pay the money back. They increased import tariff. Nigeria is an import-dependent country. Almost 80% to 90% of what they use in Nigeria is imported. So how could a government that want to help the people who are going to be the end users of all of this stuff impose and increase the import tariff 8 times in 1 year, 5 times this year alone? Nigeria is spending naira. The Nigeria custom is charging the people importing stuff to Nigeria in dollars. And guess what to make it worse? If you want to pay Nigerian custom, the exchange rate they are giving you is 1,600 naira, 1,622 naira. Let me give you what that means. Let's assume that I want to bring in Pampers into Nigeria. Not Pampers, I'm talking about baby diapers. Because I know that people are struggling to pay for what they have in Nigeria now. So I want to bring a lot of that to Nigeria to save the parents, okay, the cost of, giving their children better packing, right? So, and they say, for example, the Pampers in Nigeria, or what you have in Nigeria is 1,000 naira per bag. Okay, and in a bag, you have 20 pieces in a bag, or 24 pieces in a bag for 1,000 naira. Okay, and Nigeria, that is, they claim to be a free economy, right? Let's assume I have the capacity to produce it and sell it to you for 500 naira for that 24. But I need to consider other things. For example, let's say the production of that same 24 pieces in a bag of a diaper bag, right? From China, for example, is going to come at 400 naira. So with the transportation, the shipping, the custom duties and everything, I'm going to, on each one, if I break it down, then it's going to be 100 naira. So around that time, I can come and bring all of this into Nigeria and sell it to all of you for 550 naira. And a lot of you have been struggling to spend 1,000 naira to get this for your children, right? That means I'm saving you 450 naira if the government policy allows me. But imagine I finish a production of something that I'm bringing to come and ease your hardship and all of that, and I get to your border. So what I'm bringing to you is probably going to be, for example, it's going to cost you 100 naira plus everything, and I will still make profit. And I got to your border, your customs, and they say they are charging me in dollars. I am intending to come and sell to you in naira. So, and they now charging me in dollars to bring them into Nigeria. Then when I compare how much I'm going to pay on each pack of diapers, right? On each pack. So, and I discovered that everything, minus the import duty, okay, everything plus my profit. If I sell it to you for 120 naira, I will still make a hell of money. And you won't have to spend a lot of money, right? Then I got to your border and the custom says, to bring a pack in, I have to pay them 600 naira. Or I have to pay them 800 naira before I can bring a pack in. So you know what will happen? From 100 naira that I intend to sell it to you, or 120 naira I intend to sell it to you, I still want to bring it to Nigeria. I will now have to compare and say, if I bring it to Nigeria, 800 plus 120, 920 naira, And they are selling these things in Nigeria for 950 naira. So if I factor in what I was putting it together before, right? It seems that for me to make profit, I would have to sell it to you for 1,000 naira. So I would rather just be like, you know what? I will just leave it. Let them continue to buy the 1,000 naira or 1,500 naira diapers. That is what you call government policy. The policy of government that knows that what we do here affects a lot of people. But they know it will affect you. They know. They just want you to endure it. But the lie they are telling you is that they are not sacrificing anything. So what your protest can do is this. Peaceful protest is that you can make them, number one, tell you how much they are paying on subsidy, even though they have told you they are not paying subsidy. Right now, they need to confess to you. Your protest will make them confess to you. Okay? How much they are actually paying now. They will first confess to you that, yes, we are paying. How could you be paying this much money and we are still paying this amount of money on petrol and diesel? How? Why? Here you get. You'll be able to ask them. Now, around that time, your protest may actually not only expose this whole fraud, it can also help you to help Thiefnubu, to maybe for the first time, if he's not in on it, to actually throw all these people to you and say, Nigerians, deal with them. These are the people that would never make me able to do anything. Here you get. Now, you see this your protest that they are making you think you want to remove Thiefnubu. Listen, this is time for you to know that all of the 36 states in Nigeria has people, they have people that they have subjected to this hardship themselves, the state governors. In 1 year, Thiefnubu and the 36 state governors in Nigeria, they borrowed 34 trillion naira. So you will need to ask your governors too. What did they do with this? Excuse me, or that? During this nationwide protests, you are going to hear a lot, you are going to see a lot of their corruption and of how they rip you off, on how they defrauded you using policies. We will make sure that you are going to see beyond the tribal, ethnic, and religious card that they are pushing. Because right now, hunger no sabi all of that. Anybody that is in any way against the protests, there are those who somehow their own hunger has been tamed, maybe for 1 day, 2 days, or 3 days. They will still join all of you that finally make it out. The call for national protest is not a call to take over governments. Your government is paranoid. Thiefnubu is paranoid that for the second time, they do not have control over what is going to happen. And they've imagined the worst. But you should understand one thing. You have the right not to participate. You get that now? Nobody should force you to be part of it at all. If you don't think it's worth it, absolutely, it probably doesn't worth it for you. You may be right. There are those who personally, this whole thing to them doesn't worth anything to them. But do you know something? There are those that this whole thing are not directly affected. But they believe that if this number of people are going through this, it will only be a matter of time before they too will become like them. Whatever you think you have now, let me tell you something. Majority of those you see today, whether for protest or against protest, majority of them were doing fine a few years back. And a lot of them can tell you, they are even saying it. They are saying that they know that things are hard. They know that things are tough. They know that people are suffering. They even agree that they are suffering. But they are repeating what their oppressors told them to be saying. Whatever we are going through, we just believe that these people know what they are doing. They don't know what they are doing. If you think what they are doing actually has your own interest in it, they don't have your interest in anything. Right? Good. So, as we now look forward to tomorrow, there are other few things I need to remind us of. Okay? You see those state governors who have been hiding behind federal government this, some of them, they will need to account for all of the money that will be exposed to have been given to their states in the last 1 year too. So the protest is not about Abuja. It is not about Lagos. It is about how you think this whole Nigeria is dealing with you. Good, bad, ugly. Then you decide to take a position. There is no one sitting on the fence this time around. Okay? Nobody is sitting on the fence. So, but you have the right to defend yourselves, whether you are protesting or you are not protesting. If you decide not to protest and your own is you will stand and protect the properties in your own street, you are already participating. And your participation is to further help destroy the government's hired criminals agenda. Here you get. You don't have to participate. You can sit in front of your house to make sure that nobody ever carried out any act of violence or vandalism in your area. When you see them, you rise up to them. Because every one of those I have seen speak about this protest, none of them has threatened anybody. Nobody. The only people that feel threatened are those who are threatening your lives in the last few years. Do you get that now? So you have the right not to participate. It's okay. But do not help the people who have destroyed the same economy that you are also existing in. Do not help them to escape the justice this time around. Your standing up can actually help. It may not get you everything, no doubt. I mean, fine. Okay? But don't let anybody railroad you, brainwash you to make you think, you must be combatant. You must be violent. People that decided to mobilize you and give you money or give you food. People that never gave you food or money. This time, a month ago, they didn't give you food or money. They didn't even give you loan a month ago. Now, suddenly, they think you matter, like an election time. They're now offering you money. They are offering you, and you are kind of following them. Anyway, it is time for you to kind of see that you don't have to be part of it. Or you do not have to be part of those that will destroy something that could actually help all of us. If you are living abroad, there's no point in calling out for violence. Okay? I don't think traveling out of Nigeria shouldn't help change you, okay, to become like a normal person, not a barbarian. It is established that the criminals in Nigeria are the ones who are really violent. Don't give them the reason to say, yes, that's why we are violent. This protest is going to hold. These guys are going to mismanage the protest. They're going to escalate it themselves. Because you know why? They believe that they can use the stolen money that they took away from these same people and then use that part of it to buy them out from standing up. So far, so good. They have actually succeeded in oiling all of the conventional groups, associations, bodies, and all of that, including CSOs, civil society organizations, that they should tell their members, use all their might to make sure that this never hold. But when they say that, is because, when they say that, rather, they are actually asking you to help them legitimize this suffering and hardship. So it's totally yours. It's totally up to you. But from MaiyegunsDiary Politico, you will get the opportunity or have the opportunity to know what you need to know. And what you do with that is completely yours, okay? Their demands, none of their demands says they want to remove Thiefnubu. Don't let anybody use you, okay? If you know that, none of you can deny that in our different communities or area, we can see the existence of this abject neglect of the people and the people's need. Not just the federal government, all the state governments, all the local government areas. So you see, there is a lot you can actually push without having to say, okay, all of you come out now. And then maybe you can wait for another one to get them out. Or, you know what I mean? I'm just saying. So don't let them bamboozle you that you want them this, you want them that. What people are demanding for, immediate reversal of fuel price, electricity tariffs, and import taxes to previous prices as at May. You see, these are people-oriented demand. Even if they ask you to go and say no to protest, do you know how much this is going to affect you if they reduce the price of fuel, reduce the price of electricity? These are pronouncements they made to raise money, to go and prove to their lenders, the people borrowing their money, that they can pay the money. And you are suffering for it. Electricity, they don't give you. Even petrol right now, they don't give you. Everything is cost because the import duties, the import tariff people pay. Now you go pay them. So if they reverse all of this, they will tell you that then the government will not have money. Fine. There are ways, there are other things in that request that will actually, that will free government money, including the money they are borrowing. Since Nigerians will have to pay back, austerity measure, devaluation, then they would like to see where the money is going. You can't have 50 ministers, over 30,000 other board appointees, board members, this, parastatal, that, and then begin to tell people, all of them are buying cars. An agency chairman is buying himself 400 million cars, 800 million cars. Somebody who they gave appointment to head the department is buying a car of 250 million. Where are they seeing the money? They are the monies they have put in the budget. The moment they see that Nigeria has little money, they draw the money and they share it. So your protest can reverse that. Free the money. Let them confess to you how much they are paying on subsidy. So now if they are paying $900 billion naira on subsidy, so what stops you from buying fuel for 300 naira per liter, 200 naira per liter? Do you know what that will change? Do you actually imagine how much that will change? So if they put the subsidy back and tell you they are paying it, not telling you that they are not, and they are bleeding Nigeria. So that's a demand that should attract anybody who actually want a good life. The immediate release of all NSAS protesters and immediate payment of compensation to all the victims of Lekki massacre. These are legitimate demands. The ECOWAS court ruled that Nigeria was guilty of killing over 400 protesters during the NSAS. But the people in Nigeria, the people in authority in Nigeria, they are pushing the narrative that it was the protesters that destroyed Nigeria. They are ignoring all of these indictments. These are legitimate things because if you think you are on this side today, you may be on that side tomorrow. The same tyranny may be meted at you, not by people you think you are supporting, but another set of people who will build on this precedents, right? Abuse your right, jail you, or even kill you with no consequences. So there's a time you have to kind of make them realize that they are not your God. There's nothing bad in such requests. So all these demands are demands that are legit. They are demands that touches everybody, whether you're APC or PDP, it doesn't matter. So anybody that pay you money to go and disrupt that is not your friend. No, it's not. Then them actually destroying the culture, the tradition of the Yoruba people just to achieve this makes it even sad. I don't know how you see it though.
No more protest. You can see it. They say no more protest. No more protest. Go see protest more. No more protest. Go see protest. Go see more. Go see more. Go see. Nano ni andi banyi. Nano na goda. Nano na goda. Atlete protest ede.
pé àwọn ọba gómìnà àti president wọ́n ṣe ní ìgbà.
Look at the traditional rulers that are saying nobody should protest, that anybody that protests will die. They are cursing us out. Ṣùgbọ́n náà wo gbogbo àwọn èèyàn tó ń wà níbẹ̀, àwọn akúṣẹ̀, àwọn tó lówó lọ. Ṣé èèyàn tó lówó lọ́wọ́ ó máa bọ́ta máa gbé orò? Àtijọ́ tó ti ń gbé orò olórí burúkú àwọn oúnjẹ jẹ́. Àwa yìí náà lọ́sẹ̀ wọn máa pè pé ọmọ mi báwo ni yọ sẹ́ndì mi lówó gbogbo ìlú ò da, ìlú yẹ gangan ni kò ní da fún yín. Yes, ìlú yẹ kò ní sunwọ̀n fún gbogbo yín tẹ́ ń gbé orò káàkiri pé ẹ fẹ́ fi orò dààmú àwa ta fẹ́ jà fún ìlú bí ìlú ṣe máa da. Tí ìlú bá da yín máa gbòòrò. No, ẹ sọ fún mi tí ìlú yìí bá da ṣẹ́yìn máa ráyè máa gbé orò. Ẹ̀yin useless people. A máa jáde August 1st Thursday ó ti dé tán I go protest. Tó bá ti bí yín da ẹ gbé orò yín jáde. Tó bá ti bí yín da ni o ẹ gbé orò yín jáde. Àtẹ̀yìn o àti orò yín o ẹ máa jọ ẹ lẹ máa mọ̀ pé orò yín òun ké. Yes, ó ti ju gbogbo ìtẹ̀ ń sọ lọ. Ẹ máa ṣe ẹlẹ́yà pẹ̀lú orò yín. Ẹ̀yin useless people. Ẹ̀yin Yorùbá yín gógó ní problem ta ní Nàìjíríà yìí jù because you people are nonsense people, useless people lẹ jẹ́. Ohun yóò kò rárá ẹ̀yin lẹ ń bá lu ìjẹ́ nonsense.
Youth are angry, but these people are trying to underplay it, like that, so downplay it. You get that now? Like, no, don't be like Kenyans. Don't burn Nigeria down. Manage your poverty. Contain your hunger. We are working on everything to make it work better for you, but they are not. They are not. They are doing everything to make it worse for you. I mean, do you have a family? Do you have children? Do you love those children? Are you a father or a mother? It doesn't really matter, but are you a parent? Like that way, I mean, even are you a guardian? There are those who are guardians. Guardians who have to take care of other people's children. Are you finding it easy when you look at these children, your children, for example? Just imagine that. I know a lot of you can't even imagine it, but yeah, just imagine that those your beautiful children are suffering, and then you are blaming yourself that it's because of you. You're like blaming yourself, man. I just brought these kids to this world to suffer them, and a lot of you are, you are going through so much depression, all because of worries. Worries. You do everything you are worried. Uncertainty. Confused. That is not normal. It is not. Nobody should be giving you rice to go and feed your children. That's not normal. Nobody should be giving you money to go and get medical care. That is not normal. A society that is that bad. It's not a society that is breeding humans, but damaged humans. You can change that. I mean, I don't care what you always think of me. You know me. I don't care what you think of me. But when it is time for me to say things like this to you and say, but do you know you can have a chance? You deserve better. Your political choice, your tribal association or a religious association, all these things, right? They are not enough reasons for you to jettison a better life, a good life. And when those who are stealing that from you, you work so hard, you drive Kurupe, ride Okada, you are there, you are the one that is almost like a jack of all trade. But at the end of the day, you have nothing to show for it. There are so many of you right now watching me that considered yourself as doing fine. I mean, we're thanking God, but you are just one disaster away from poverty. You know what is called the health poverty? There are those who have sold everything just to procure medical or medication. They didn't do anything. The policy got to them. The cost of medication skyrocketed. People are now choosing between food and medicine. People who have a terminal disease, I mean, what do people who have a serious medical conditions? People who live on medication, who have to live on medication for the rest of their lives, right? They were not considered. A lot of them are dying. Those who are not dead right now, they are selling their properties. They are selling whatever they could sell. Some have become beggars just to buy medication to feel well. Do you ever think of that at all? I know you think a lot of you think about food. Do you ever think about this at all? There are some people whose life, who actually currently, they are living the life of life and death, and they could die anytime. Simply because they've have to skip their medication. They can no longer afford them. Do you even understand what that means? Do you understand people who are actually living in pains right now? They used to be able to manage their health conditions. It is not their fault. It could be you, it could be me. So right now that you feel okay, you feel agile, you feel healthy, in Nigeria, you are just a disaster away from poverty. That your car could be sold, that your house could be sold, that your land could be sold, or that your savings could be gone, your family could depart, your family could break up. Anything can happen. And there is actually no safety basket for you in that place. So don't feel too comfortable. Please don't feel too comfortable. And that's why I want you to see through that. Again, the whole choice is yours. But do not help the people who don't give a damn about you and I. And in Nigeria can happen to you and I anytime, whether you are rich or poor. That you don't have something right, you don't have anything right now. You should count yourself lucky. And I mean it. Because you have nothing to lose except your life. But those of you who still have a lot right now, doing fine, taking your family on holidays. I'm not saying you are corrupt now. I'm saying that you are like still, despite all of the, you are still, the way Nigeria is structured, you may end up not being able to do that anymore. Have you ever even been so worried about that? I know you are comfortable. Nigeria, I mean, I can never live in another country in my life. I know those of you who say that. Because no matter what, you'll be fine. Do you ever think that this strange wind of wrong policies flying about that you have managed to dodge and dodge and dodge up to this moment, do you think you can dodge it for so long without having to care? Or you're going to start caring when you begin to feel threatened that your comfort is about to be threatened. That money is not going to be coming in anymore. Your businesses are probably now going to have to face a lot. And there, and then you will now come to realize, oh, this country don't bad. Man, this country can you imagine? Why not now? Why do you want to wait till you become a victim? Before you see reason that if we continue like this, nobody is spared. Not you, nor me. Even if you are living abroad, none of us is spared. So they sent a number to go and talk to you. They say, we are not against protest. We are just against violent protest. Obviously, nobody is doing violent protests. Honey of Ife on channels.
Ask that though. His Imperial Majesty, I'm worried. I did not see the Awujale of Ijebu land there. I did not see the Oba of Benin. These are also very, very paramount rulers in the southern Nigeria. One be wondering what exactly went wrong, why maybe there were representatives for them. But I was also going to ask you the nexus between the traditional institution, the government, and the people. Because there are those who are complaining that some of these palliatives, some of these things, grains and all what have you, they are supposed to be dispatched to the people. People are not getting them, whether or not they are going to use the traditional institution. But His Imperial Majesty, can you tell us, you are not only a traditional ruler in Yoruba land, you are not only a monarch of Ile-Ife, you are also the spiritual head of the Yoruba race. Does the problem of Nigeria need some spiritual approach? Do you think?
Thank you, Sean. Well, let me first of all, you've asked me two questions now. The first one is, Awujale, we know him, we pray for him to live long. He's very old, we cannot stress him, but Awujale ably represented on behalf of all the Ogun State traditional institutions. We have their current chairman, Olu Ovilaro, was with us. And we have like 4 other monarchs from Ogun State. You mentioned about Benin. About Benin too was ably represented. Sent the representative of about Benin. So all of us, we are all in it. It's a problem that we need to face. Nobody can actually absorb himself from this. There is a lot of challenges in the country and we need to come out. Yes, we are carrying this crown and we are carrying this regal and all the royalty. We need to actually use that to impact our people. It's very, very important. So for that, we have close to 98% representation and physical presence of all the relevant monarchs across, not only in Southwest, the whole of southern Nigeria, as in South, we have very, very well represented. Even in Southeast, we are like about 98%. So it was a success. We had a very good success on that angle. Then on palliatives, it has not worked and it's not going to work because we know that when you go through a particular route, some will store it for political aggrandizement. They will want to take a lot of pictures and make a lot of fanfare about it, not knowing that the people that need this thing, some of them are even dying. But where is a platform that you don't even have an adequate security? How do they relate with traditional institutions? When they are going for campaign, they get to all our palaces and they talk to us. So when they are now distributing palliatives, why can't they drop it in our palaces? The same way they know that we have convergent points. They've never done it before. When they want to get to people, they know that we are so accountable. We always hold palace courts. People prefer to come to the palaces, and it is all over Nigeria. God has given us that gift in this country. And that leads to your third question, spirituality. Heaven helps those who help themselves. Are we going to continue to say we will be attacking Nigerian issue with spiritual issues? Let us help out. We are even the problem of our country. A lot of people are hoarding it. They give you palliatives, they will go and sell it in the open market to make supernormal profit, 1,000% profit. They want to just be, what are they going to own this world? Some people are suffering. They have not had time to eat. You have so much mansion in the midst of people that have poverty all over you. How well have you taken care of your maid, your drivers, people that are cleaning your shoe? How well have you gotten concerned about how their children are faring? These are the problems of our nation. Any little thing, you run out of the country. And yet, you make all the money, you make all your fortune from this country. Now, we are appealing to everybody that, look, don't let us destroy public assets. It happened during NSAS. All the organizers, yes, you have rights to do it. All right. But it's very important. Are you going to save the normal human, normal life, normal human?
So, Honey of Ife is telling us on one hand that, yeah, people are suffering. On the other hand, is pretty much advocating for, listen, use us, all this palliative, give them to us. We are closer to the people. We know some of you are politicians. You like to do all this eye service and all of that, chase clouds with all this food. And people are dying, people who need this food. So give them to us. We will deal with the food. Here is another part of his interview. Please.
Let me quickly ask you. You are closer to the people. You represent a force in the traditional realm. But can you tell us, and I'm assuming you're asking people not to go to the street, not to protest. But then, what are the agitations of the people? Because the Nigerians would like to know whether the traditional rulers are actually in touch with their people and they know their yearnings. I mean, you met with governors and the SGF who represented the president. Tell Nigerians what the agitations of the people are. What are they crying for?
Well, we traditional rulers, we never said that people shouldn't go to the streets to demonstrate. I want you to get this out, Shion. It is their right. Even our political leaders confirmed that they can go. We met Mr. President, myself and Sultan, we are the co-chair of National Traditional Rulers Council. We met Mr. President like 4 or 5 days ago, and we had a very good meeting. The agitation is real. We know that we have a lot of suffering in the country, and it is not only Nigeria. We have global inflation. It is everywhere, not only Nigeria. If it is only Nigeria, yes, we can now get more worried. But what we traditional rulers are after is do not let us destroy our country ourselves. This is a global phenomenon. We should be very sensitive about it. We should be very mindful that we should love our country more than anything. We should focus on patriotism, true patriotism. And also, we that are the owners of the country and all the people of Nigeria, I'll give a good example. We are also the problem. I did something in my community in Ife. We have a lot of middlemen and associations. I went out and I broke the ranks of all of them. You will not believe that prices in the market crashed more than 30% within a day. And we were able to sustain that over the course of about a month within the community. If we continue with such advocacy, we will realize everything, they put it in government's problem. Oh, it's government that is causing problem for price hike. We people are even the problem of ourselves. All the people that are...
You know, I said I want to use this evening to be nice so that everyone that gets my message, they will have a time to digest it. And they won't remember only when I fire them. So Oni is seated there and confidently talking nonsense. But it is Nigeria. That is the way they talk. You see the people they are talking to? That is also the way they understand. It's true. God bless you, Jare Kabiesi. And now we they do ourselves. Our people, they want to gain too much. Our people just like to suffer ourselves. Can you imagine? Everybody now is like economic illiterate. It's unfortunate though, right? They are doing all of this intentionally. And some said, no, you may be overrating them if you think they are doing it intentionally. No, they are not doing it intentionally. This is how smart they've actually made Nigerians. The way their politicians talk, the way their elite talks, you understand that these are the characters that they can actually make it elsewhere, except in that corrupt contraption. And that is why when you see them with a lot of money, and you ask them to explain how they make such money, they will ask you first, "Sure, when we were poor, did you ask us for the source of our poverty?" Now, grace of God, Joe, you say pray, may God give you grace. I posted a video 3 days ago, okay? And it was the video of somebody they said was Thiefnubu's special advisor on community engagement. He was going for his wedding in Kano. And it was in this convoy of expensive automobiles, right? Like, you know, they are politicians, sure you get. So they had his own convoy. So they posted it, you know, he wanted to show to them that, I almost see my convoy. And to me, I just shared that and I was like, Thiefnubu's SSA on community engagement. Normally, that is his wedding one. However, the display of that opulence in time like this can only show one thing. People who have no empathy. People who are insensitive. And that is why you see them on social media flaunting all this expensive that, this lifestyle, this, that. When they know that millions of Nigerians are also going to see all of that. So it is called insensitivity. Even though all of them are begging you now. Even those one who threatened you before are now begging you now. Right? So to me, I was like, that is insensitive for a public official. But do you know something? Typical Nigerians, they jumped on that MaiyegunsDiary Politico. Poor people, wretched people, people who are victims of bad governance and failed country. Now them, they come there, they tell me, say, na poverty, they worry me. Nigerians, so. Some said, na jealousy, they worry me. So I'm only jealous. I should go and work hard in my life and make money. That's what some of them said. I'm talking about the victims of a ruined country. People whose money is changing the lives of all these political criminals. They say, I mean, they feel jealousy. They say, na jealousy, they worry you. They go sit down for abroad. They go to say, it's only jealous. So he thinks that because he lives abroad, the people in Nigeria are poor. Now, poor people, they tell me, say, they defend another poor people in politics who is acting rich. You know that in Nigeria, you have to act rich. So that people can respect you. And say, hey, Baba, chairman. Hey, see Maiyegun. Maiyegun worldwide. Baba bless me now, Baba. 2024 Maybach. Maiyegun more to 300 million. Baba bless me now. And no say that same Maiyegun where they jump Okada a year ago. He is now driving the convoy of cars worth over 600 million naira. Now God bless him. God will do that Maiyegun or me do my own. See that guy. This is not normal. That's what I'm saying. It's not normal. It is not grace of God. Now your hospitals, those boys are driving. Now your schools, they are driving. Your children education is what they are driving. All those private jets, they are your community hospitals. Your roads are the ones they are using to order for latest cars. Your roads. Your security and safety is what they are using to buy private jets and buying properties abroad. It is not grace of God. That's not grace of God. That's not the kind of grace of God you should be praying for. Converting community hospital money. Then you go take and carry Olosho. And you call on grace of God. The beru alone. Fear God. Fear God. Right? There is one Kabiesi in Oworonshoki in Lagos that people should not protest, can't collect rice. Can this rice last them 10 days of protest, by the way? Or people are just collecting this food to eat and hit the streets?
Come and utilize poverty. It throw people into wretchedness so people can keep collecting from their hands all the time.
Make sure we weaponize poverty. They cannot longer reason. They cannot longer save themselves anymore.
Yeah, Yoruba
Yorùbá ronú ò lè ra bàtà. Yorùbá ronú kò lè fún wa lóúnjẹ. Yorùbá ronú ò lè repo fún wa.
They intentionally keep the people poor so that they can come outside their palatial mansions and queue under the sun to beg for food. How is that normal? Honey of Ife said, inflation is the same all over the world. They lie to you. That is why you have your smartphone. How can you have a smartphone and you still allow these people to lie to you? Eh? Do you think your parents will be proud of you? That you went to school, you have a smartphone, an APC, Egbekegbe still lying to you, and you are believing that, Baba, ayé ti bàjẹ́ o. You say reason now, ayé ti bàjẹ́ o. You went to school, you have smartphone, you can read and write. APC, Egbekegbe, people will not go any real school, certificate forgers. At least if they go any school for real, you for suppose don't see them in the government they are running. You should have seen it. Illiterate, they buy. They repeat the nonsense they are saying. So that one day yourself go come be the leader of people where they coordinate the people where they beg them for money and food. Oh, they Charade now. Sure now. Charade. Think about this now. It is not about PDP, APC. Come on, like, think about it. How old are you? You be 30. You see they collect pocket money from your mama? Woman will carry you, suffer, struggle. You be 30 years old. She see they use you. I mean, they see they write your name, put them inside the prayer point for church. Say, may God give you direction. And here you are. You are on social media defending APC. Oh, believe. Adura ya, adura papa. The prayer of your mama, your papa. It don't come to waste now. You know they see them. You are helping them to weaponize poverty. You are helping them to glorify poverty. Shayo. Adura ya, adura baba, ikunle abiyamo. Oti bossy waste now. You can read, you can write. You have smartphone. Some people for APC, that they weaponize poverty. It won't amplify here. May God just continue to show mercy to women. Imagine people who gave birth to all these ones. And to those of you who have children and you are helping them to run about for plate of gari, for plate of pack of Indomie. Look at your children. Now your children future that they take buy cars, so yeah. Now the future of your children that they take buy properties abroad. You are not in their plan. They can't come now. They give you rice. They give you gari. Mama, you tie rapper, go join queue. Abba. So they have I'll take this one kind of because I'm not a bayene. Ìjọba èmi ló kàn yìí. Ẹ bẹ̀rù Ọlọ́run. Ẹ bẹ̀rù Ọlọ́run. Ìjọba èmi ló kàn yìí. Ẹ bẹ̀rù Ọlọ́run. Ìjọba èmi ló kàn yìí. Ẹ bẹ̀rù Ọlọ́run. Ebi ń pa wá, ìyà ń jẹ wá, kò sí ìfọ̀kànbalẹ̀. Ìjọba èmi ló kàn yìí. Ẹ bẹ̀rù Ọlọ́run. Ìjọba èmi ló kàn yìí. Ẹ bẹ̀rù Ọlọ́run. Ẹ bẹ̀rù Ọlọ́run. Èmi ló kàn yìí. Ẹ bẹ̀rù Ọlọ́run. One Aboki said I should come back home to come and lead the protest. So we don't pass that stage, brother, okay? I know some of you
you are just a Dabi Mosheda. I'm talking about those ones that certified Alaye Baje. You get what I mean? You know, people who live in the sewage dug for them by APC, Egbekegbe. They tend to kind of love to grow their population. It is up to you not to be part of them, okay? We are talking to people who really don't want to live like you. Do you get that? I am not directly affected, brother. If you are watching me from Nigeria and you are not disabled, physically disabled, mentally retarded, okay, like you are a normal person and you are facing what you are facing in that contraption, and you think you need somebody that is about 7,000 miles away from Scotland, where I have 24 hours electricity, 24 hours security, 24 hours access to food, 24 hours access to almost everything I want. I'm just saying. Do you really think it makes sense that you need me to come to hold your hand and say, let us go and fight for a better life for you? But I used to have reason up now. Reason up. That's why I'm asking that, except if you are physically, like physically disabled. So you get like, or you are mentally retarded. In this place, we don't condemn, nothing is for a waste. Everybody has a life. So if you are mentally retarded and you need somebody like me to come home before you can stand up, I understand. It simply means you do not have any working brain. But don't worry, don't stress yourself. That could be a lot of work for you, okay? Or maybe you are an Agbadorian. I do feel sorry for you because we did do revival seminar on this platform too. Some people have actually, they found their own healing. I swear. Stay around, okay? So let's talk to those who will fight for mentally retarded Nigerians who are collecting 10,000 naira and breaking bottle to go and stop the economic hardship protest, okay? So let's kind of, put them aside. So let's talk to those who genuinely knows that they do not need any retarded, mentally retarded Nigerian, any of them, old or young, to tell them when they should stand up and fight for what they believe in. You get what I mean, right? Good. Here is an older version of a retarded individual. In case if you are wondering, what is retarded? What do you mean by mentally retarded? I'll tell you, okay? Because usually if they don't talk, you won't know. All right? Here is one of them, the older version.
In fact, when you say, oh, these are persons who lost elections.
Yes.
What is your hard fact to say? Those persons you see on the streets there,
yes,
Mr. Adegboro and Mr. Fadana, all of those persons, are they part of this ambush?
That's one part. You see, politicians use Nigerian human rights or social rights activists. Not all of them are sincere. In fact, I can say it authoritatively. I penned an article this morning, which I've circulated far and wide. 99% of them are fake. The lack of Banifawemi, Bamidela to Femi Falana, the lack Chima Obani of blessed memory, the likes of them are very few.
So
others are impostors and defenders.
Mr. Falana and Mr. Adegboro are defending fake people.
They are defending people who are pretenders, fake people. That's why I said the so-called the imminent protest. I said it's a ruse. It's a small screen.
I need to understand.
To cover, they are trying to
I need to understand that.
eyes.
Just help me understand what you mean. When you say ambush, ruse, what's the plot? What's the plan?
The plan is to destabilize the government. They've not given up since they lost in court. Initially, after the election, they were even saying, no, the result must not be declared. They tried.
So do you have
in
evidence?
Orubebe and
how did you come to that conclusion?
What's the other man?
the man from Kano, from Kogi,
Yeah, but
you know Malawi style.
how did you come to that conclusion? Do you have any documentation?
When I talk from an informed opinion.
So let's hear the facts. What are the facts that have informed this?
That informed this. Okay, if you look at all those who have been supporting this, get my point. You see the spring, Arab Spring, when it happened, it started in Egypt, and it spread like wildfire all over the Middle East.
And
I'm coming.
This one.
That was a genuine, spontaneous and instantaneous. But when someone now say, we are planning, we meet somewhere, we did it. Protests are not done that way. I am an expert in public protest.
Because I know that you have protested before.
No, I've protested before. That was
so when you
the last time I stopped.
Let's talk about
when during the Ebony of Sap riot.
It was the structural adjustment program
and
riot.
Ebony.
Okay, so you protested during those riots.
Those riots.
Tell us about them. What made you come out to protest?
I was a young student then. I was in Jambite in my first year at University of Lagos, and we were led by the nose by our SUG president then, Philip Madodutimi in Unilag. You were deceived. They said they've seen Ebony Babangida, something in Paris. He owned this. That's what I too. And I believe with Tatulari, because of him, I joined the fray. Believe me, later we got to know that there was not like that in Ebony. And when they asked for Tatulari, they said, Mr. Tatulari, this is Ebony magazine of social date, which you have to say, oh yeah, so us, where was that article? But he couldn't see anything. My mentor,
didn't Mr. Philip plan it? But Mr. Philip planned it.
Mr.
Philip, he planned it.
He planned, yes, he led us by the nose because we were gullible.
But he planned.
And that's what these people are doing too. For those who are gullible. I'm not gullible, my eyes are open. I'm an adult now.
Okay.
I'm 55 years old.
Do you think that we need to end bad governance in Nigeria? Do you agree with that?
I agree. I've always said it here. I do not how you can head it.
Okay. Look, so if you agree with that, hold on.
Yes.
If you agree that there is bad governance in the country,
yes,
don't you think that there will be people, genuine people, who want to speak up about this bad governance? Do you think that they should be allowed the space to ventilate?
I've written articles.
Do you think that people who believe that they are victims of bad governance should be given the space to ventilate?
Yes, very well. And let me tell you how to do it. Not by causing unrest or going on frivolous and senseless protests. Look, all of us are guilty. Julius Caesar, William Shakespeare and Julius Caesar said, the fault they have put us is not in our stars, but in ourselves, for where the underline is. Did you join politics? Did I join? People who are there are bad, majority of them are bad people who don't know their right from the left, their left and from the right. They are politicians. But all of us who are professionals should join politics so that we become professional in politics. After I give you an example, when I was commissioner, I was appointed by Senator Illegitimate. And when the election was coming, he said, I don't want any technocrat. Ojo, and all of you, Ojo, Sack, who is now the chair of FRS. Nobody's calling himself technocrat. I want to make politician of you. Go out to your ward, to your local government, go and join politics. And the day I went there, to my local government, they were happy to see me. They introduced the secretary to me. They said, this is the chairman, this is vice chairman, and they said, this is legal advisor. I look at him, I said, Baraluku, they called this legal advisor. I said, Baraluku did not have school start. And they said, those who have we seen them? That's in about the southeast local government.
Okay.
A cosmopolitan local government.
So you say
politics.
You say that Mr. Farana and Adegboro, they are defending fake people.
I said they are impostors.
The people that are defending are impostors.
Even most of them, they are not being sincere with this artist of theirs. Okay. And they have other means, other motives, which they are. Look, I know a lot. So some of those behind it. Some of them struggle to become ministers under this man.
Do you think
that them didn't appoint them as ministers?
Do you think that Mr. Farana and Mr. Adegboro know their ultimate intent?
You see, when I mention sincere activists, I said Fawemi, Atu, and Mr. Farana.
But he's allowed to
put those I did not add. Don't add them for me.
No, but he's defending the protesters now. He was in that meeting with the IG yesterday.
Let me tell you, Mr. Farana. If Mr. Farana becomes governor or president of this country today, and if he's driving in his convoy and he see people protesting, he will jump down and join them because it has become part of him. That is his life.
Okay.
He will tell us we have forgotten that is
nuisance, Lele.
I'm so sorry for subjecting all of you to that traumatic 6 minutes. I just wanted to show you the example of an APC supporter. Okay? Were you able to make any sense of anything he said? Anything? That's what you mean. That is what we mean when we tell you that stupid, ignorant people are the loudest. I'm speaking from experience. I have information. Okay, what are the facts? That those who are planning this are doing so because of self-election, not because of economic hardship. See, listen. Can you fire me? If you can fire me, you know, when I was, I joined protests before. Oh, you've joined protests before? Yes. During Babangida, they said, Ebony newspaper, Ebony magazine. He has house in London, he has house in Paris. So they let us by our nose, right? That's what I'm saying, right? So they let us by our nose. We later discovered that it's a lie. It's a lie. There's no house anywhere. They said. So what I'm saying is that listen. If you look at Julius Caesar, for example, if you also see, you know, because I'm speaking from informed position, informed experience, okay? So this protest, for example, I'm sorry, I tried to be, just to kind of give you the context of the kind of people who are actually like out there speaking for APC, mentally retarded, Olori Burukus. There are many, you know? So I don't know why my time is so up. Okay, I'll show you this and a few more. Then we can go, okay? Here, the police are already showing force against tomorrow.
Oh, boy. They moved to that side.
I'm so sorry for the poor quality of that video, right? I'll give you something clearer next time, okay? So in that same breath, these people also put themselves together in Kano to say no to protest. I think for the last time, we need to show you those who are angling for violence tomorrow, those who are protesting to say no to protest. dun, dun, dun. They even have the band sets playing for them and all that to say no to protest. In Abeokuta, in Ogun State, some youth also staged the government-sponsored solidarity rally to say no to protest in Ogun State. The Ogun State student says no to protest.
Actually, all other protocols are well and duly observed. We are here today to reaffirm our unflinching support for your administration. Our governor, we are here today to commend your efforts in ensuring there is peace and tranquility in our dear state. It is evident at the rally we embarked on this morning to deassociate ourselves from the faithless protest, which is politically motivated. We know nothing about the aims and objective of organizing this protest. We student leaders in Ogun State, we are intelligent and intellectual. We are deassociate ourselves from such protest, a protest that will truncate the peace and tranquility we've been enjoying in our dear states. Your Excellency, I want to use this medium to appeal that you should please consider our gatherings in discussing this e-motorcycle. And to this, we say a luta continua. Victoria Santa. Solely. Actually, all other protocols are.
So Ogun State students, if you are a student in Ogun State, and you are participating in the student, right? I'm sorry, in the protest. Yes, you can. At least you can say you are not participating as a member of student association. Sure, you know. Depends on what you think of this shege. It's up to you. Now, tomorrow we could find out. So the meeting place in Ogun State tomorrow have been the MKO Abiola Stadium, somewhere in Ilaro, somewhere in Ijebu-Ode, and another place in Shagamu. These places have been designated by the government that, okay, go there if you want to do your protest. So now so it will start to 9 states will kick it off tomorrow, plus Abuja making it 10. These are those already confirmed states where the protest will take place. And in case if you hear your state, and you're like, no, we don't do anything for my state. No wahala. It is less than 20 hours. Yeah, it is less than 20 hours. Well, I'm going to be here tomorrow morning when I'm going to be reporting from the protest ground, the protester front. You can count on me on everything that's going to happen tomorrow. I'll be here to give them to you as they are happening. But hey, the following have been penciled down as confirmed. Okay, so here you have in Abuja, it is Eagle Square. That's where everybody is going to gather. Where a wiki can say all they like, can put all the military, all the policemen there as he wants. Okay, that is the meeting point where tens of thousands of Abuja participants will meet. So if you are from Plateau State, you are expected to assemble somewhere around the old airport road, right? So old airport road is called, to those who know the place better, and the organizers who put this out. So if you are joining from Rivers State, it has been confirmed there's going to be a big end bad government protest in Rivers State. That is where Asari Doku Dump threatens that he's going to kill anyone who comes out to protest. So we'll see that tomorrow, if that threat will actually stop anyone from coming out, right? So in Rivers State, it is expected that Pleasure Park in Port Harcourt is the meeting point. Remember, you don't have to go to all these places. You can group yourselves together and head straight to your local government secretariat, okay? And let the local government chairman knows that the community of that, the youth of that community or the people of that community are participating. And their demand must be met too. So they should be put on notice, okay? So then you have Oyo State tomorrow. You see, everything is starting from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. daily, as they put it to share you get for now. Even though the criminals in Nigeria, they have declared curfew for 4 p.m. All of that is in their pockets. Do you get that now? Like for real, okay? And you are going to determine that. Any curfew, whatever they say they are declaring, right? It will become inconsequential from 7 a.m. tomorrow morning, okay? So here, in your state, you have, I think it's called the Rose Wale filling station on Iwo Road. That is surrounding area. That is going to be the meeting point in your state. In Bauchi State, Bauchi. So the meeting point is put out as along School of Agriculture. School of Agriculture, Bauchi. Up Tafa Road or so, right? So that too. Then in Bayelsa, as they put it out, they said that what is this one? Tombia roundabout. So those of you are meeting in Bayelsa. Here you have the one in Akwa Ibom. It's going to be the government house of Uyo. That is where the meeting point is. Government house, Uyo. So to those who are joining from Edo State, they believe that the meeting point to start point will be, the starting point is going to be opposite Wema Bank. Akpakpaf, it's called. I don't know if I pronounce that right. It's going to be in Benin City, in Edo. So there is going to be a meeting. The protest is also going to kick off in London tomorrow. So the meeting is Nigerian High Commission, London. They also, the protest is also going to hit the Nigerian High Commission in New York, in America tomorrow. I haven't received other locations, okay? Or I promise you. You can rely on me, right? Yes, you can. For example, right? This happened yesterday when Nigerians who are tired of the deceit, the manipulation and the lies, as they put it, right? On this issue of obtaining your Nigeria passport, they paid, but they couldn't get their passport in London. So therefore, tomorrow, more and more people are going to assemble at this same place. Watch this.
2 weeks down to 6
Your promise shall fall with
It must end now. 2 weeks to 6 months. You can't take it anymore. 2 weeks to 6 months.
Yeah, don't worry.
Enough is enough. It must end today.
So that you will know that even people who jackpot from Nigeria, they jackpot from Nigeria, but the Nigeria shege is not actually letting us really enjoy our jackpot. As the economy in Nigeria continues to go down and people continue to fall into poverty, extreme poverty, the destiny of the future of our people now lies on the shoulder of many of us in the diaspora. So Nigeria, those of you who want us to come to Nigeria, we won't come to Nigeria, okay? We would actually use our own base. That's what you should do too. Don't travel to Abeokuta if you are living in if you are living in Remo. Yeah, if you are living in Illegitimate, for example. Don't travel to Ikeja. So in Lagos, right, they have places where they are going to meet, including Alausa, Ikeja. So they are going to Government House Alausa as well. In Kano, the Kano state government or the Kano state governor has approved about 5 different locations as well, right? One of them is the Government House, Kano. So tomorrow, the governor is expected to host the day 1 of that protest to see what the people are talking about. So in Kano tomorrow. In Jigawa, they've already started, by the way. In Adamawa, similar thing. And the same thing in Sokoto. In Sokoto, they have more than 20 meeting points. In fact, they are actually holding it almost across all their local government areas. Okay. But in Lagos, here is their own presser.
Last few days to weaponize poverty by mobilizing the poor and the most vulnerable in our society with a talking cup of rice and a few naira notes to participate in state-sponsored protests in order to counter our legitimate protest. All the while they are doing this, the police and security agencies have either watched in silence or egged them on. The Department of State Security on its own part, that shadowy instrument of coercion that should have no place in real democracy in the first place, has been most brazen in its contrived lies, alluding to so-called foreign mercenaries who are coming to infiltrate our protests, and in its bugging of activist phones, infiltration, hostile espionage, and other covert operations to sabotage our protest. The army too has also issued a statement over this protest, threatening protesters. The army, according to the constitution, is not meant to respond to any issue that concerns the internal situation in the country. But yet, they say that this is a democracy, and you have the army actually threatening violence against protesters, and already they are being deployed across the nation ahead of protests on Thursday. You will all agree with us that all these brazen state-sponsored attempts to muzzle dissent and harass young people who felt the need to voice out their displeasure at the state of things in Nigeria is unprecedented, at least in the last few years. This is a new era of civilian dictatorship we are witnessing under President Bola Ahmed Thiefnubu, a man who claims to have fought for democracy, but has now turned out as the hangman of democratic ideals. Any Nigerian who still has a little shred of human dignity left in them ought to be not last few days.
You must join, okay? And if you choose not to, it's your right, but don't stop people who want to, because what they are going to do may change your life too. Yeah. Okay, so the police continue to threaten them as well, like this one from the police PRO.
They will not allow people to just do what they like at the 3 armed zones in the Federal Capital Territory. It's the heartbeat of Nigeria, where we have the judiciary, legislative, and the villa. And of course, Eagle Square is just directly opposite to this place, close to the Federal Secretariat. These are critical infrastructures that we need to fortify, we need to protect. So if they actually are choosing these places, they need to harmonize with the FCDA so that they will know where and where to use, so that we can avoid unnecessary clash or conflict come August 1, 2020. Eagle Square is located close to the heartbeat of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. The 3 armed zones in Abuja, this is a place that is very critical for us, that harbors many things we have in Nigeria today. Judiciary, legislative, and the executive, the villa is there. And that's where the arcade, where we honor our fallen heroes. This is a place where we have so many things that we cannot afford to lose at this point in time. So if they have deployed everything there, I'm sure they are trying to forestall any breakdown of law and order in that place. And like I said, I will appeal to the leadership of that movement, Take It Back movement, to reconcile with the Federal Capital Territory Administration so that they will be on the same page in this regard. And that is the truth. They will not allow.
So are you getting it now? Strategically, the organizer or the mobilizer of this protest chooses the Eagle Square. The judiciary is not far from the Supreme Court. The legislative quarters or the National Assembly is not far from there. Aso Rock is not far from there. So if things should get out of hand from Eagle Square, may everybody just climb fence and run. Georgie, so everybody inside the Aso Rock Villa, everyone would have to jump fence and run. Do you see now that it is strategic? So they have mobilized all of their security guys there. So the clash is going to start from Eagle Square tomorrow. If they don't stand down. Do you get that? They can stay there and conduct their daily protests. Screaming and shouting, blasting music, so that the justices can be hearing them. Yeah, in the Supreme Court. The lawmakers can be hearing them, not far away. As Old Rock can be hearing them, not far away. So they don't want to be uncomfortable. Now there the fight will start tomorrow. I just thought I should tell you. Because we saw them on the streets dancing earlier.
Show of force. Yeah, so no shaking. Show of force.
So the police on the road, right? Singing. In the name of God, we are fighting for our nation. In the grace of God, then go shop. That means they will kill people. They are singing on the street that they will kill people by the grace of God, starting from tomorrow. I hope the rest of the world is watching. It's important you watch. Okay? These guys are murderers. They've done it before and they think they got away with it. They are planning to do it again and again. And we will be there. When everything scatter. Because they will scatter it. They will push the people. They will shoot the people unprovoked. Then they will expect all of their paid, supposed, weaponized, poor, poverty-stricken Nigerians. So Thiefnubu himself is actually building the chaos. When that hour comes, Sare.
Ìgbà kan máa dé àsìkò kọ́ṣì ń bọ̀ wá ìgbà kan máa dé àsìkò kọ́ṣì ń bọ̀ wá tólórò máa sáré ọlọ́pàá máa sáré ayé máa sáré ẹyẹ tí ò dúró rere máa sáré àlórà máa sáré hs tí kò mọ kankan máa sáré everybody máa sáré gbogbo wa pátá máa sáré ìgbà yẹn ti dé àsìkò yẹn náà làwà. Ìgbà yẹn ti dé àsìkò yẹn náà làwà everybody máa sáré ọlọ́pàá máa sáré àwọn tó ń ṣòro gan máa sáré olúmọlẹ̀ máa sáré àpènà máa sáré olúwo ìlú gan máa sáré everybody pátápátá máa sáré gbogbo wa máa sáré àwọn ọmọ fantasy base máa sáré.
Look at 7,000 naira turkey, one turkey 7,000 ayé Nàìjíríà ti finish. Ẹ wo Titus 5,000 naira ródóródó Ògúnwọ̀lú o Tinubu.
Ẹbẹ̀rún Ọlọ́run ìjọba èmi ló kàn yìí. Ẹbẹ̀rún Ọlọ́run ìjọba èmi ló kàn yìí. Ẹbẹ̀rún Ọlọ́run ebi ń pa wá ìyà ń jẹ wá kò sí ìfọ̀kànbalẹ̀. Ìjọba èmi ló kàn yìí. Ẹbẹ̀rún Ọlọ́run ìjọba èmi ló kàn yìí. Ẹbẹ̀rún Ọlọ́run. Ẹbẹ̀rún Ọlọ́run ìjọba èmi ló kàn yìí. Ẹbẹ̀rún Ọlọ́run ìjọba èmi ló kàn yìí. Ẹbẹ̀rún Ọlọ́run ebi ń pa wá ìyà ń jẹ wá kò sí ìfọ̀kànbalẹ̀. Ìjọba èmi ló kàn yìí. Ẹbẹ̀rún
Ọlọ́run. Thank you, everyone. And thank you so much for staying on this to this time, right? So I'm going to take calls because that's what we do. We take reactions after the chat so that you too can have your own, you can have your own say. So I'm going to take just a minute or two break, okay? And I'm also going to open the line. The number is on your screen, right? Use it. And then, when I come back, we can have our chats. Mind you, the Yoruba Union Summit, which I've been telling you all about, kicks off from the 23rd to the 25th of August, this coming month. And if you really want to be part of that, there is a link to book your own seat. Yeah, you need to book your own place for the 3-day summit, okay? If you want to be. And if you live in the UK, seriously, you could come and spend a 3-day sort of a summit with other Yorubas who are coming from the US, from Canada, and from other parts of Europe who are already planning to be with us from the 23rd. So you can be part of that too. Thank you. The link is there. It's on Eventbrite. And when I come back, yeah, we'll take calls. Thank you. Hello there.
Hello.
Hello there. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you loud and clear.
Fantastic.
First time caller here.
Say that again, sorry.
I'm a first time caller.
Oh, pleased to meet you. Your name?
Yes, my name is Fola, calling from Canada.
Saola. How are you today?
Fola, F-O-L-E.
Is it Fola?
Yes, Fola.
Oh, that's grand. How are you doing today,
Yes.
Baba?
I'm doing great. And you?
Well, very well. Still kicking.
Yes.
Thanks for asking.
Shout out to my mom. See, I'm sure she's watching. She's the one that introduced me to Maiyegun.
Oh, now, mommy, Fola is on the phone right now. Actually, had his own contribution. Yes. So I hope she could see you, but I'll do that on your behalf. Okay, mommy. I'm currently speaking to. Yeah, go on, Fola. Fola rather. Baba.
Yes. So I am really looking forward to the protest tomorrow.
Okay.
I am looking at those videos and seeing the police, the way they are. All of a sudden, we have police that is kitted up, ready for action, and I'm wondering
battle ready. Mm-hmm.
Battle ready. So what happened to headsmen? What happened to Boko Haram? Is this the same police officers that we are now seeing battle ready for peaceful protesters?
Mm-hmm.
So it is just ridiculous.
They are so
I'm
predictable.
really hoping,
you know that.
Yeah. Yes, they are very predictable.
Mm-hmm.
My advice to protesters is this: please capture everything as much as you can. In terms of your phones must be out. You must, because what happened in NSAS in terms of them switching off the lights, all those things that they try to do in the cover of the darkness, they mustn't get away with it this time. So we need to capture everything that happens. Make sure everything is captured. At least I know they will like their way through it. That's the usual thing they will do.
They will meet a very stronger match this time around.
So initially, I won't lie, for the last few weeks,
yep,
I was kind of like, nah, this protest won't happen, Jared.
you were so skeptical, yeah.
I was skeptical. I won't lie, but the momentum is gathering,
Wait
and the fact
tomorrow.
that they not, and well,
Fola, wait till tomorrow.
Yeah.
I have said the same thing to a lot of people who have called on this program. Like I said, listen, me, I am very clear. Okay, from what I know, nothing is going to stop it, right? The only thing I don't know, which a lot of us probably don't know too, right, is that would they be able to sustain it? Do you get that now? Now we now said if they scale the 4th day and the number continue to grow, then they would last 10. And if they manage to last 10, they can last a month. And that is something, right? So then we can begin to now say, is this thing going to yield results? I was like, if it is that question, it's already yielding results. Don't pretend, even though they are all mostly fake, palliative.
Yeah, just
look at all of them now. It's already yielding results before people hit the street at all. You wait till they hit the streets tomorrow.
Let's see. So we'll see how
you are going to call on to this program, and suddenly you are all going to be so impressed about them. I swear, you will see. So many of you have your doubt and everything. In the next 2 days, right? You will be calling on this program, saying they should do this. Now, they need to go and do that one too. We must bond together. All of us, we must fight this fight. Really? Are you with us? I say, yeah, we all must fight these people together. I say, okay, great. So it's all on Nigerians. We can only do the enlightenment we are doing. It's totally on them. And tomorrow it starts.
And keep up the great work.
Thanks, man.
I always tell so wifey, anytime. So usually she started hearing you when anytime she hears you cussing, Thiefnubu and all that. She was like, who is this person you're always listening to? Who is this? So please keep up the good work.
Thanks so much, man. Okay. And thanks
I
for
don't
all
listen
this
to
support.
News. Yes, I don't listen to news. I listen to Maiyegun because
I mean,
I know
let's be honest, right? Let's be honest, right? See, I'm filling a gap, which is also pretty much like something I love doing now, okay? There are many of you that would rather, when you come back from work, you're doing something, you like to relax with something. It may be news, it may be Netflix.
I won't call it relaxing. It can be frustrating sometimes. Listening to you and listening to all the, and you're just like angry and frustrated and all that. But I get what
Bless you, Fola. It's okay. Thanks so much for the support,
though, right? Much. Keep up the work.
Thanks, man. Say me well to Mama. Tell her we spoke today.
I will. I will.
Cheers, man.
Right.
So that's a Fola calling in there from Canada. Oh, I love that song, but I don't know it. Here. Hello. Hello, sir.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Hello, my good general. I'm so happy to get you today. I've been calling you for years. My name is Daniel. Daniel Nosigbe Chuks. I'm calling from Lagos. I always watch your program, always make comments and everything, you know.
Thank you so much, Daniel. Yes, sir. Go on, please. It's actually good to hear from you. You can tell us about Lagos. They've told us all will come out, everything will come out. What is going on in Lagos tonight?
Maiyegun general, actually, I live there where Eura came out. I live in Ikorodu.
Okay.
Why do Ikorodu? Why go Ikorodu? I'm from South, but I
understand. So Jesus. Tell us.
So when I work, I do a business on the island and in BI. So when I came into, from yesterday, people started gisting me that where Uro came out to, they start cussing everywhere. They start cussing that any foreigner that comes, any Igbo or people that are not from here, that if they want to do anything, they should go to their local headquarters. They start cussing, going around, with their Google and everything. All those white people that used to beg money. So when they told me, they said, so people are like, I'm not coming, I'm not going, this one. So I said, wow. See, if those people, if they are okay, you have something doing, will they be hiring them to go and start cursing people?
So are you scared in your area after that at all?
a lot of people are scared in Ikorodu, but on the island, a lot of people want to participate. Even I too, though I'm not going to my business tomorrow, I'm going to participate very early, but I'm going to make sure we are in group, we are like,
just stay in your area. Like, you don't have to go all the places, right? You stay in your area, you stay in groups where all of you are following the news, following what is going on. And say updates go yakpa anyway, right? And every conversation will be flying faster than you can imagine. And that is when, when you begin to move to see that, okay, we need to move now. It's happening. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's how it's going to be.
Their area who can't really travel that to all those assemblage and all that, but those who can, number matters.
For example, so it's not going to happen in Ikorodu. So I want to participate with some of my friends. So I'm going to drive down to Ikeja. I'll park somewhere safe, then we'll be in group and go to the venue. So that's what we intend doing. Let's just see. All of us have to sacrifice for this thing. So
for those who can. For those who can't, it's okay, but do not just join those who are. I mean, what is the essence, Baba? They say if you go out to protest, you may be attacked, Abi. Then they say don't join.
Yes.
Then they are now recruiting you to go and attack people who want to protest. Baba Shay, you know better. Maybe go attack people and join the people they want to attack and chase those. I mean, come on, vice versa. Okay?
That's it. I get it.
Yeah,
so I'm so happy to get you.
I'm so happy to hear from you too, Daniel.
I'm listening to you. Yeah, bye.
Thank you so much. Okay, you stay safe, man. All right. Good. So from the information released out there, partly what they believe everyone who is participating should please have at the back of their mind is this, right? Number one, right? Just protest peacefully, okay? Protect yourself too. When you stay in groups, right? You are safer when you stay in group. And don't ever, once you join any protest anywhere, don't ever leave that procession alone. Okay? Do not say, oh, as we are going now, man, I just thought I should just quickly go and do something there. I'll join them later. Just make sure that if you do that, you're actually leaving. Okay? Do not be lured outside your group. Do not be pulled aside from the whole body. There are many things that can happen. And I don't really wish any of you become victims, okay? So they said you should pay attention to all of this. Whenever you are participating, okay, to stay safe, the protest safety kits are, said do not carry handbags. You need a bag, use a sling bag. You know sling bag? All those small bags that can hold your stuff, right? And you can tie them anywhere on your body too, right? Anyway, let's say that comfortable shoes. Just make sure that the shoes you're going to wear are mostly sneakers that are comfortable, not the one that's going to make it hard for you to actually walk or move, right? You need a sunscreen and an umbrella, okay? The reason is because they are going to be spraying pepper when they begin to attack people, right? They're going to be spraying pepper spray and all of that stuff. So you need, you need water, you need power bank to share real time on information. I mean, social media. You need to have a power bank that charges your phone. Just try, okay? You need towels and handkerchiefs when they start shooting their tear gas and all that, right? So you need all of these things to kind of keep yourself a little bit protected. People can go extra mile and get themselves helmets. Get yourself a bulletproof vest. For those who can invest in all of that, do all these things because it is always safer. It is always better to be safe than sorry. These guys are preparing to attack you, but the rest of the world is going to be watching them. They are going to be the one to destroy Nigeria when they attack peaceful protesters. But do not make yourself vulnerable that you are going to be a victim that way, okay? Hello.
Hello. Yeah.
Hello,
Baba.
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 Baba. How are you?
Yeah, Baba.
Adeo. I'm
calling from Nigeria.
Yeah. So who am I talking to? I'm about ọmọọba ńlẹ́bà lọ́nà yẹn ní ti Bàdéjọ́ bóńtiwá.
Bàdéjọ́ gbèrò ọmọ yẹn.
Yeah.
They wọ́n ṣe yẹ wọ́n èṣù ṣọ́ọ̀kan ṣàkàrà. Ṣọ́ọ̀kan ṣàkàrà ẹ̀yọ́ ẹ̀. Are you with me?
I am with you,
Shakara
Baba.
ni gbogbo nǹkan tó Shakara ni gbogbo nǹkan tó ń ṣe yẹn. Fẹlá sọ pé Shakara olóje ni Shakara. Is Shakara, you know, àwọn ọ̀dẹ̀ kan wọ́n láwọn oru something like that wọ́n jáde ní Kúròdú láti come. They are just Shakara. I call it Shakara. Are you with me?
I'm with you, Baba.
Kò sí nǹkan tó máa ṣẹlẹ̀. August 1st, tomorrow we are out. We are going to protest. And nothing will happen. Nothing will happen.
I mean, so, you know, Baba, a lot of people are saying that in fact, the level at which they have taken it now, all the threats, all the bribery and all of that stuff, they say instead of actually dissuading people, it has actually made a lot of people interested. But yeah, tomorrow may be the first day that a lot of people want to observe before, but that doesn't mean that they are not participating, you know. That it has emboldened a lot of people to say, oh, we are actually going to now go out. In their life, they've never seen people campaign against protests in Nigeria like this, ever.
Let me tell you, Maiyegun, the more they are Shakara, is the more we are ginger.
Good.
Are you with me? The more they are Shakara, they are the one that brought us out. Are you with me?
I deal with you.
Àwọn àkọ́ntà àti ẹ̀fẹ́ kó pa tẹ́lẹ̀ látara gbogbo òṣìṣẹ́ àárín lórí kìíní àwọn àgọ́ fẹ́ jáde.
Good.
We are going there to see.
You know, so all this lie, gbogbo irọ́ òṣì, wọ́n fẹ́ gbàjọba lọ́wọ́ Tinubu ni, wọ́n fẹ́ ṣe kíní kọ̀kíní kọ́ ni, kò sí tó fẹ́ gbàjọba lọ́wọ́ Tinubu. We just want him to at least.
Kí àwọn òru yẹn ò mọ̀ pé electricity wọ́n nílùú.
Ask them, Baba.
Kí àwọn òru yẹn ò mọ̀ pé epo wọ́n lù. Ata ò ṣe é rà lọ́jà, ìrẹsì ò ṣe é rà lọ́jà. What is their problem? I don't know. I think you play one guy yesterday.
Whatever they gave to them, Baba, how many days Gongoluma last? Let's be honest. How many days?
Soon expire. Are you with me? China phone ni wọ́n 100%. Ó máa tó lò.
Ó máa
Ó tẹ̀sí wọ́n tẹ̀ rí náà ṣáàjì ẹ̀gbọ́n ó ti ń lò báyìí ó ti ń lò. By tomorrow morning now, everything will low.
We'll find out tomorrow, Baba.
Ìjọba landed. You play one boy yesterday. Ìjọba landed. That is the boy that said the truth. Ìjọba landed. One guy from Kurodu.
Ìjọba landed. I played this video yesterday.
Yes.
He said the truth.
Yes, he made the video yesterday. I watched it.
Baba, that's one of the best 7-minute truth.
Yes,
I have ever heard in recent time.
Yes. The boy said it's real facts. I don't know their problem. Somebody buy a little change. A little change will now turn them to shakara. Now hear what the go-to is saying. Instead of you to keep quiet, you come out, you started blah, 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 blah. It also had to the
now.
No problem. We are with you.
God bless you, Yomi.
God bless you, Baba.
God bless you. Nice, Baba. See, that's a brother from another mother, and when I see a sister from another brother too, I always react that same way. You get what I mean? Right. I have another caller though, but there is something I want to ask. I always ask, okay? We have about 30 minutes to go. Yes, we started late, but we're going to run our full time tonight. And you could still be talking, you could still be speaking with me in another few minutes too. So if you haven't liked the broadcast, this is your time. Do it now before you finally forgot. Here is Mike. Here. Hello.
Hello, Mr. Maiyegun. How is it going?
Hello there. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Grand.
Yes. I'm going to set the ball rolling. I saw some of the things, it's not all the time we're able to call in when we see some of the things that that you said, and just my own taking is concerning Yoruba nation, you see. Yeah. I just want to mention about Mr. Dr. Sunday Igboho. Yeah, I've heard a bit about what has been said about him, and I would like to say that, look, I think when the guy stepped out initially, what he stands for is exactly probably what me and you would probably say, okay, we understand, like you said, about the Fulani disseminating our community.
Having common interests, you're right.
Absolutely. Yeah. But I must say, yeah, you see, because I'm trying to see, when we talk about leadership, I look at Kano, I look at Sunday Igboho. Yeah. There's a lot of similarities in what they believe in. Yeah. And everybody has their own advantages and leverage. I think one disadvantage with Dr. Sunday Igboho is that he's not learned and he's open to abuse. We have this culture. I listened to one of your callers, was it yesterday or 2 days ago, that saying, look, we should do away with that. This is our culture, which allows some of these elders to take advantage of the young people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. That one is something we're going to address at some other time. But concerning Sunday Igboho, you see, he meant well, but the culture got into way because people who are held there, like, you mentioned Professor was in Banjo or so. Yeah, and then you have
Baba.
Absolutely. And you remember there was a period when, was it Kayode, what's his name, that politician, Kayode, I'm sure you know him.
For Food Kayode, you mean...
that one that he's always jumping away from one political party to the other, where there's money, he follows it. You remember that guy? He met with Sunday.
Yeah, for Food Kayode, FFK.
That's the one. That's the one. I think you know.
When I said for Food Kayode, you should have... Oh, come on.
No,
so many of these... you didn't know that?
No, there's this politicians. I mean, some of your audience will know him. You know that guy? He marries one Igbo woman.
Yeah.
If I remember his name, Fani Kayode. Is it Fani Kayode?
Oh, it's FFK. You got it.
Yes. You remember when Sunday was going to go on rampage? They quickly went to go and meet him.
Yeah.
Yeah. They make a policy
or something then, right?
Absolutely. They call him. Yeah. They show solidarity. That is like he's a boy. You see, what I can see that happening is that Sunday got caught in, within this politics. You see, when he went to this Benin, it's like they really escorted him to Benin and hold him there. You saw that Sunday Igboho himself never meant what he was doing. It's because he got caught by the politician. Those who are for Thiefnubu, yeah, they're there. And from there, he was lured to something else. So now that they say he's coming to say, Yoruba Nation is not participating, we don't know. But let's just give him the benefit of the doubt.
No, don't worry yourself, okay? Let me clear the hair for you. All right, let me clear it for you.
Okay.
Nnamdi Kanu and then Igboho, they are two different personalities in a way, okay? Nnamdi Kanu is a freedom fighter, right? Igboho is what you can call a gun for hire. But something changed. Okay, what changed this, right? Somebody that people dreaded simply because of his way of life, right? They dread him. They say a lot of things about him. Some of them are not true. Well, it's all about the stories they heard about him. He's a dreadful person that you have to be careful around. And suddenly, this person has turned this known sort of influence of power. He's going to use it not on just us. He's going to use it on the people that are killing us. Why can't we just support him? So that means he's going to do something good in the interest of almost a lot of people. So that he is an accidental, what you can call nationalist.
So you took advantage of
that part. It was like it's always been with these people. He's always been part of the system. He's benefited from the rot. Nnamdi Kanu never participated in the rotting system. So Nnamdi Kanu saw and felt like, you know what, this rotting system must end.
I see.
You get the difference now. So Igboho can change.
I see.
You get that now. Nnamdi Kanu can't really change. He built an ideology. They are offering him what Igboho already has. Privilege, access. That's what they're offering Nnamdi Kanu that is not budging yet.
Okay, I see.
You get the difference now. So it is very, very wrong to compare Igboho.
Two different. Okay, fair enough. Thank you for clearing
the air. Them a lot in the past, but it's so wrong.
Okay, thank you for clearing the air. So the second bit I want to talk about is, this oncoming protest. Something interesting is happening that is a very interesting one. You see, like this protest is coming now. Do you know that this what do you call them? This ISIS or terrorists in Mali, there was an issue in Mali, and a couple of days back, I don't know whether you heard the news.
Right.
Immediately, yes, Immediately they say Ukraine came to capture some Russians or with the ISIS. This thing, we need to pay attention to this one, very important. What is Ukraine doing in Africa? They said they come to round up the Russians. Guess what? When there was an incident in Mali, a day later, we have incident in Bono. These terrorist people came to Bono. They went to cross round police. There's a connection. Yes, I mean, it's a divergence. So when we meet in Glasgow, we discussing this on the last scale.
No, I'm not even like trying to. I just wanted to say, well, we wish we could just keep exchanging like this, but it's not always like a luxury. It's such a luxury that we don't have. Okay, so thank you so much. Okay, I will take another one, and one of these days maybe I will have a chance to sit with you.
We do.
Bless you.
Yeah,
nice one. So I have another caller on the line. And should I take that first or after? So I'll take it after. Yeah. Hello there.
Chairman Maiyegun.
Adeo. How are you, Baba? Adela?
I'm all right. All this Diaoro, all this the Egungun. They should be careful.
I mean, what's the secret of these days already? Young people no longer really respect them per se.
Egungun, be careful. They should be very, very careful. Maiyegun, the end has come. The end has. This is the beginning of the end itself. This is the beginning of the end itself. Don't be surprised because the people coming out to protest that we don't want any protests. They will join in this protest. They will join because they've it's a way of them making a bit of money change. But they will join in the main protest. It's just for them to collect money. They will join now. They will join. People need to understand the signs of the times that we are living in. And that's what this administration has failed to understand. The signs of the time that we are living in. The signs of the time that we are living in demands a complete overhaul of the whole system. It does not work. No. We know it's broken. We know it doesn't work. So if you don't understand the times that we are living in, the signs of the times that we are living, you would think it's still, business as usual. You will still think it's, same old. It's still the same status quo. It's the same old. We're just going to get the police out, to get the army out, to do a bit of threat here and there, and everybody will go back inside. But the signs that the time that we are living in demands a complete overhaul of the whole system. Ever since this country was amalgamated, this, see, Maiyegun, this is the result of bad decisions that was taken by the British way years ago, and it is still haunting us, Maiyegun. So if we do not do this now, this action that we are going to do from tomorrow, it would be to the benefit of children unborn. Because if the amalgamation and the capturing of this Nigerian state to produce this contraption has held people down after so many years, it shows you just one decision made by someone can put the entire different generations in captivity.
Economic ruin.
Tomorrow, economic ruin.
See, I saw one infograph from, in fact, it was actually a screenshot from the page, the Kenya Debt Management Office, right? And you see, Kenyans just discovered that as part of the loans they are paying back to all these lenders, there are some of them from as far back as 1972, 1975.
Of course.
And they are still paying the money. Guess how much is the capital? It was like they're borrowing $10 million.
Yes.
And they have been paying back the $10 million since 1972.
And because
they have paid more than $10 million that they borrowed, all interest on the $10 million. But they haven't finished paying.
When you draw up a loan amortization schedule, it will tell you all the loan repayments plus capital and interest. And at the end of that period, of that loan period, you have to pay a bullet or a balloon payment. So if you borrow 10 million and are paying at 5%, you keep on paying that 5% until the term is finished. When that term is finished, you pay back the 10 million. But because those countries were not paying back that lump sum. What happened was that before the end of that term, they will go back and refinance that loan at a different interest rate. So obviously, what was meant to be paid off after that term, they couldn't get a lump sum to pay that 10 million they borrowed. Rather, they will go back into the market, look for another borrower that will borrow them. So there will just be a change of holder of that debt. So whoever issued that debt in the first place will sell to somebody else, and that country will keep on being indebted. So they're just going to refinance the loan, and they have a new interest rate. They'll keep on paying interest until God knows when. But those are the decisions that cripple unborn generation. When you do not make sound decisions, it will come back and haunt you, haunt your whole entire generation. Because decisions to take out a loan without understanding the affordability will ruin children unborn. And that is your, see, Maiyegun, we are shouting, but 1 year of this man's, imposition has catastrophic effects on unborn generation. It is better we address it now, because the more they stay in authority and in power, the more damages they do. And when you see the power of decision, the moment you decide to take a loan that you cannot afford to pay back, it means that you've set people into perpetual captivity, unborn. So that is the decision,
and that's
that they are making
against those unborn generation that nobody should get away with.
See, Maiyegun, I said it once. This Nigeria, I predicted that this, poverty will be the driving force. The NSAS would they will use that as a building block, and at the end of the day, litigation will be part of the solution. Because when everything comes crashing, Nigeria will be a litigation case. We have to say we are going to court to go and finally settle this whole thing. It will end up in litigation. Part of Nigeria will end up in litigation. We will take it to court to see how we can dissolve everything. Because all that decisions they have been making has said, can you keep on borrowing upon borrowing upon borrowing without knowing how to pay back? You see, you can borrow money to buy an asset to generate income that will pay back that particular loan facility. But there isn't anything tangible that they are borrowing the money for. It's not capital expenditure. They are not investing in capital in expenditure that will generate foreign exchange. Because if you borrow in dollars, you have to make back it in dollars to pay back what you borrowed in dollars. But because only God knows what they are, they borrowed in dollars. So imagine if you're borrowing in dollars and you're making your revenue in naira. But it don't be for you be that now. It don't be.
So you've already,
but if you're borrowing dollars,
set yourself on an economic trap all by yourself.
Because you are dealing with currency.
Genius can change that, no?
Exactly. You'll be dealing with currency incompatibility. You are dealing with political instability with that particular
deal. But if you borrow, that also comes with normal market stuff too.
But if you borrow in dollars and you're making your money back in dollars and you're making a profitable returns, you can pay back what you borrowed. But because it's unprofitable borrowing, we do not know what they are borrowing for and borrowing against, because you are borrowing
now
for something.
They intend to pay back.
All those things are opaque. They're opaque. There's no clarity. I'm sure if we take a deep dive in our own DMO, debt management office, and look at what the size and our loan stock, Maiyegun, we will be crying now. I think it is a good exercise.
They will sit down and be like, man, forget education, forget healthcare, forget security. Politicians can promise you them, but Nigeria has no capacity to give anyone that. Get rid of this.
That's why I say that part of Nigeria will end up in litigation. We will have to sue that this loan was not taken with us in mind. So there'll be some loans whereby we'll go to court and say Nigeria can't pay because
we're not paying it.
We're not paying because it's part of our litigation, whereby we will take ourselves to court. Whoever gave this government money, knowing fully well that they don't have the capacity, because Nigeria is a failed entity. If we demand for change of constitution, it will have adverse effects on all the people that have given us money, all our lenders.
Now they are worried. A lot of African countries are currently watching what's going to happen in Nigeria.
They worry now. They worry if you are borrowing Nigeria money.
other West African countries will receive visitors. So, because you know
Chairman,
why? Their youth are
of
going
course.
to hit the street immediately if they see it happen in Nigeria.
Baba na virus. Now, see, if you borrowed Nigeria money and Nigeria says they want to change constitution, you'll be worried now. How are you going to get your money back? Because it will end up in litigation. Because the new Nigeria entity, whatever it might be, will say sorry, OT law. That money where you give these people or more, you know, we don't see anything, so go and chase the people. You know, it's part of Nigeria will end up in
the people
litigation.
that you gave the money to. We won't pay.
It will end up in litigation because if we finally get a new constitution with our referendum and all those things in place, then it will be arguable to all the rubbish they've been doing to date. Who's going to be responsible for it? Baba, good night.
I love the fact that you actually add your own views from the economic perspective as an accountant. So thank you for making this platform
Baba, God
rich.
bless you,
in info,
enjoy.
Right?
God bless you, sir.
Right. So people who call in are those who mostly further help to make this platform rich. If not, Maiyegun will just be this talking head. Or you always know that you end up having to hear from others, even if you are not going to agree with them, in which you'll be like, oh, it don't make sense. Or you are going to be super agree with them because, oh my God, it's so good. All of this gives you the variety on MaiyegunsDiary Politico to listen to other viewers, people who are watching like you, right? But please like the broadcast if you have actually been really enjoying this so far, you say. Yeah. Hello.
Maye Baba.
Erumole.
Maye Baba.
How are you, Baba?
Ade, my brother. Good evening, my brother. How are you? How is Agbeke?
I am very well. Oh, we are all good. Oh, kicking.
How is Agbeke? I am Maiyegun.
Not alone. She's
I
there.
really love the dog.
Erumole.
Go easy, Baba.
I tell you.
Now sure, they always they appreciate most. Nobody I know they appreciate you too.
I know.
But Baba, for us we they here, we know as they go. Say running family and other things, no day easy.
And then somebody said that now because of this, they smoke cigar, that's why I'm skinny. Baba, I barely sleep. I'm here and I could barely like have 3-4 hours sleep a day. In the last 4 years of my life, especially.
Maiyegun,
so where is that going to
come from? Baba, I want to mu cigar. Tom Mubana. Tom Mukoke. Tara daddy won't go. See daddy won't do that. Tolong pare in France, tolong pare. Tolong pare UK. Oh, he goes so singing. Baba, ente buba wala re kumbuyo.
Yeah, call.
Maiyegun. Ente buba wà lára ẹ̀kọ́ ẹ kó máa búyàn. Bàbá 100% èbó oríṣiríṣi ló wà lára wọn. Wọn lójú tì ní. They have no shame. Baba, so they talk. See, person wey no get shame, you no fit shame am. Nothing.
You can't shame the shameless.
You no fit shame this. Them be shameless people now. So how you want to shame them? Quick one. I know say na maybe the last one.
People where they down. You know, they not supposed they kick person where they down already.
I'm telling you, last day we are calling, I forget to appreciate this guy, Joba Lande. I really appreciate that guy. And I like that.
Like you are the second person talking about him. I'm going to bring his video back tomorrow morning. Go on.
See, Baba, you see, the reason I said I appreciate that guy is last year, you know that guy survived a suicide mission. Okay, you didn't come across his video.
That guy did, but he's always a comedian to me.
See, this
like
one
everything
is not
about him is like I'm not serious. Like I just want to laugh.
That guy was frustrated. He was depressed to the extent that he left his house. I forgot which area.
Oh, I remember this story now, where everybody was looking for him.
Walked down to you know where they saw him? Somewhere around. Is it not after Igodo or something? He was frustrated. He was depressed. Baba, if not this Western world. Now, what in that guy they tried to express with that yesterday?
He was supposed to be on benefits. Yes, now.
God bless you.
Collecting support because he is depressed, Baba, he's sick.
Baba, that guy mental health. What in that guy pass through? If not be say that guy na strong person, Baba. Some things where some people they pass through for this Europe, where then they go commit suicide. A lot of people busting your lock on. Last year, one my neighbor, the second street. Now Dave would call the guy. Okpokun so sinu loft ni o.
God damn it, man.
I dey tell you.
Ha.
Understand? You can't imagine, person with the Niger, what's that guy they pass through, financially, mentally, we make him waka. The guy say no when you waka in that place so they say, I ain't no lie. So for the guy to come out, they talk like that yesterday. Now because of what you don't pass through, you understand me? When I dey young, call him back for about me. My father always say one word. You know that when we dey small, if somebody they sick, I say, I think they worry me. My father go, if somebody did there is concern, you know, na fence sick, that guy. Now then they use that time. If another person, okay, go and take a fence sick or dagger. My father will ask that person. Understand me that? When have you got that type of headache before? Is it dagger you use or fence sick that cure you before you start recommending dagger or fence sick for that person? So too many things. One bẹ̀rẹ̀ pé ṣó ti ṣe é rí ṣé nǹkan tó lò sí nìyẹn tó fi sàn. Because that guy don't pass all this useless Ọláìyá Igwe, all those bastard Male Yoruba movie actors and actors where they chatter àwọn àgbà òṣì, àwọn àgbà òfò, àwọn àgbà tí ò tó lé, àwọn àgbà wèrè tó máa change address láìpẹ́. Wọ́n máa change address inú kòtò lágbára lọ́run gbogbo àwọn àgbà olórí burúkú yẹn. Àwọn táyé wọn ti bàjẹ́ tán yẹn. Àwọn tó kú àkúwà mọ̀nà ọ̀run máa lọ. When then they go support Thiefnubu, they go Abuja, they buy Ankara, they do video. None of them, will fit talk the truth with that guy talk yesterday. And you go to say the guy say he no care, make them go arrest him. You understand? Because the guy, I don't see shaggy. That is why.
And there are so many like himself. There are so many people like himself that every time they try to tell you what they are going through, people will say, "Oh, you are a man. Be a man. Just try and be a man. You are a man, no." And that's how many people are falling into depression, even suicide. Baba, you're right.
Ọkùnrin láyé ṣége promise Thiefnubu. Ọkùnrin. Obìnrin mi gan ó strong jọ ọkùnrin mi gan láyé táwọn láyé ṣége promise.
No wonder Timo sọ fún Kruiki, that guy that pé we only go and suck my DICK, and I'm like, you know, if we get one, they call people we get dick, they use self, they say you did do like that. But I don't when you're Tony, can you want Tony boss? You know.
I want benefits.
You know, Erumole. Thank you so much. Ma, take another one, okay? Just one more.
My regards to Madam and my children. Good night, sir.
And you too. You have a good one, okay? That's Erumole. That I only have, let's see. Okay, I think I only have just 10 minutes to go now. And that depends on my next caller. Okay, let's get that up. Well, listen, right? The thing is, if you haven't really liked the broadcast or share it so far, we are going to be, we're going to be finishing soon. So it's a day for you to do it now. Okay. So if my caller help manage the time, right? That simply means we can possibly have more than just one. Okay. So here, hello there.
Hello, Baba Maiyegun himself.
Hello, sir. How are you?
It's me, Wilson from Italy again.
Say that again. You from
Wilson from
Wilson.
Italy.
I mean, why did I hear something like Whitney? And I'm like, no, Whitney.
Yeah, no,
so it's Wilson.
No.
Thank you so much.
Yes, sir.
How are you, Baba?
Yes, sir. I thank God for today.
Thanks.
Yes, sir. I must thank you for your
for your encouragement and their words to Nigerian people when no one hear word. They no one hear. They want these politicians. They listen to them, they gaslight them every day and day, treating them like commoners in their country, treating them like these politicians will come to Europe and see how these people are living and go back and be treating their people badly. My brothers, Nigerians, anybody who tells you, say, may you no protest, no protest. We are not begging you. Nobody will beg you. No. Maiyegun, I want to tell you something. Make I tell Nigeria, make they listen to this.
Ahead.
There's enough money in Nigeria. There's enough money, but there's no food. And when your food and your money doesn't match, that means you are a hunger. You are in hunger.
Dealing with serious starvation, hunger, because you cannot eat money. You know if you chop money.
Tinubu can share Nigerians 1 million each person, 1 million. Everybody can get 1 million. But there's no food to match to that 1 million. There'll still be hunger. So anything where they like, make they tell them. Anyhow where they like, make they behave like people who don't know anything. Now them go use their head, they carry them. Nobody they beg anybody. No. They know they beg anybody. No. They know they beg them.
I must tell all of us. Exactly.
Yes, man. Even these people where they go for TV, they will go for TV, they talk nonsense, they speak English, they speak English, they deceive themselves. They say, Tinubu said this one, this government, now our government, this and that. Look at Yoruba people went there all over the world. I want to tell them something. How can you say you're a Yoruba man? One man, only one man, destroy your culture, destroy your integrity, destroy what makes you to become a Yoruba man. Only one man, because you want to be boy for one man, because you want to be boy for one man. I'm asking you people, what are you people doing? One man will tell you that you should not do this, you should not do this, because you want to protect the image of one man. That is why you become a slave to one man. I don't understand. But you go to London, you go to UK, you go to US, you go to Europe. Nobody's gaslighting anybody. No. They do what they want to do. If we reach election,
it is even a shame for somebody to be living abroad, right? And then be such a bigot. Like what a waste. Like what a waste of life.
Really, I am teaching all those. You see, there's one thing I saw, a cartoon. A cartoon I saw somewhere. The cartoon goes like this: how Tinubu drag police, he drag military, he drag traditional ruler, he drag church, he drag everything. He drag them to the mud. Now mud, he drag all these institutions. He drag them to the mud. These people are still coming out and be saying, because of one man, a criminal, because of one man, a criminal, that the whole world know that he's a criminal, and they're dragging all these people along. And this everybody is keeping quiet. The country, no, they should not do protests. Protests are protesting against protests. What are they protesting? They are protesting against protests. I don't understand. I don't understand. All those the people who call themselves professor, the people who call themselves intellectual, the people who call themselves honorable, distinguished senators, my distinguished, His Excellency.
Honorable.
Where did they go their school? Please. Please, where did they go their school? Where did they go their school? Where did they go their school?
Nigeria, now you know something, Wilson. Something is that the whole world should understand that Nigeria has one of the most stinkiest, dirtiest, low life elites who actually they love to look good out there. They love all those certificates and all those titles. I hope the rest of the world can see where they come from. The shithole, Nigeria.
When you have said it all. When Donald Trump said that Africa is a shithole, everybody begin to bounce on him. He said the truth. He said the truth. We're shithole. How can people be alive? You are taking shit. Look at what is happening. I have been telling people, if Tinubu survive 1 year, that means he will rule 8 years. Do you know why I said that?
Why?
Because I know the hunger will come from the north. They will be giving them money. The north have the highest criminal in Nigeria, and they are the highest pretender, and them are the highest, the highest hunger people. Now them. If you go to the south, South have, each family have somebody that live in abroad, but North is not like that. It's only the elites that live abroad in the North. So anything Tinubu like make it they do. Why people didn't protest during Buhari? You know that. Me and you know why they didn't protest. Because they go to the mosque and told them that Buhari is this, they shouldn't protest. Buhari now drag Nigeria to the mud. These APC people who are campaigning and say they love APC, look at the evil. They say PDP is this one, PDP do this one. Look at where they drag Nigeria to. Look at where they drag Nigeria.
And now they still talk about the PDP. They still talk about them now. That PDP was the one that destroyed the country. They still say it now.
When they say Tinubu have been preparing to become president for how many years?
He won't be president. For 30 years. He won't be president now. In 30 months, go on.
He don't become president. What have they done? The only thing Tinubu can do for us is to drag Yoruba culture, Yoruba people into the mud. Into the mud. Those foolish people still come out and be siding him.
They are coming out tomorrow as well. Tomorrow, not tomorrow. Tomorrow here go day loaded. We're possibly going to have a lot of visitors too. We are going to be many from tomorrow. Yeah? They will still come out tomorrow to say no protest.
Maiyegun, the last thing I want to say, you see Nigerian journalists, all the old Nigerian journalists, they are the most foolish people I ever seen in my life. They are they say journalists hold the government account, but this one, journalist is working with the government. There's nothing, they are not doing anything. In Europe here, they can award a contract and you'll be telling journalists, you don't have the right to broadcast this, you don't have the right to do this. The whole journalists in Nigeria, apart from Rufai, but now they try to gaslight Rufai. Apart from Rufai, all of them are a bunch of fools. They don't know what they are. They don't even know what they're doing. All the TV stations should be closed because they don't know anything. I have to tell you, let me move other people to contribute.
You have done
Thank
well.
You and God bless. I'll remain blessed.
And you too. Thank you so much, Wilson. Okay. And on that, okay, I'll take one. I think I have how many? Okay, I have 4 more minutes. 4 minutes. So why do you always wait to the last time, Princess?
Maiyegun.
Princess Walogun, is that there? You are there. You are like jaw in the midst, right? You are the one who is riling them up in the comments. All of you, I've been seeing all of you, right? So now, I say you want to come and share the grace.
Of our Lord Jesus Christ. Well, Maiyegun.
All right,
it will happen. It will happen tomorrow. Good evening, everyone. It's going to happen tomorrow, and I just hope we get our priorities right. Yeah. We've said it here severally that something we give.
Eventually,
you know, when we had this conversation about 3 years ago when we said something like hunger we push people out. You know, there was a particular video that people were talking about and you played here. You know, we saw Yoruba people, you know, behind the fence. I think they were sharing food and we were all angry about it that Yoruba people are not almajiri. They hardly beg for money. And we talked about when we were younger, we used to take food to Kano streets because you don't see a Yoruba beggar around.
No.
You'd have to look for this Sausa guy in Kano
like
street.
If your Woli says, you see this your Sarah, now Yoruba beggar, Yoruba so Yoruba. Make sure it's Yoruba. If you want your prayer to be answered, una go see somebody so special. So you start looking for Nibara and all of that. But today,
you hardly see them. Yes, I saw people queuing in front of Oloworo's house. You know, people are not Yoruba. People are not, people are not ashamed to go out to queue for food. We said this thing, and that's why I said you should start bringing the diary back. We said this thing about 3 years ago, and here we are. I am happy to be alive. I am happy to be in this generation. I am happy that I am who I am. I open my mouth. I talk. We talk. You know, I am happy to be associated with you, Maiyegun. I am happy to be associated with the people of this platform. I am happy for our generation. We've been able to push what the older people were unable to do. We've been able to do things. We've been able to talk. We've been able to come out. You know, we've been able to tell people to their faces that we're Oshilonshe.
Yes.
And we are bold like that.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying? So I am happy we are doing this right now. Mm-hmm. I am happy people are going to come out tomorrow against all of us because I don't see any reason. The amount of money the Nigerian government has got for bringing out policy. Just 1 million people, Maiyegun. Just 1 million people will overwhelm all those trucks and everything, and it will be over. All those trucks and all those rubbish you saw, all those police jogging all around. Just 1 million. I have talked about power of numbers, and now people are open to it. They are using it. There is power in number, and that is what we have. That is the power we hold. It is the people's power. It is the power of the people. Whatever power you give to your government is what they use over you. If you allow government to step on your legs and you don't see anything, the next minute they are taking your limb away. If you do not say anything, they will cut it from your thigh. From your thigh down, they take it away. If you do not see anything, they take away your head. But now that people are saying no more, no going back. Yes, they're saying no more. They are saying no more, and we are saying no more. I am proud of our generation, and we will liberate our people.
Amen to that. Princess, I think people needed that motivation tonight as they go to bed. Thank you, every one of you that participated in this chat this evening. Tomorrow is a longer day. And I will be here. And trust me, you may be wondering later that, how did you know that? How did you get this? I have my own people on streets right now. All of us, to ensure that the Thiefnubu's murderous, group, violent people who want to kill people tomorrow, we want to help them. We want to help make them popular. The rest of the world, we need to see what happens in Nigeria tomorrow. I hope everybody stays safe, okay? Please. And yeah, I'll see you again tomorrow. So thank you so much for this evening. Thank you so much again for sharing, liking, and all that, right? If you haven't really subscribed onto this channel, you should. You don't want to miss anything in the next 1 week, do you?